All right, so do we want to start with a question for this week?
Yeah.
All right. What do you think is your group's greatest mistake thus far?
In Freya's opinion, it would be handing over the evil dwarven artifact to the slime monster. If we're just counting it all as an aggregate, like all of us, all our mistakes added up, which one's the worst? I think that one's probably going to come back to bite us in the ass the worst.
And personally, I find all mistakes begin at the root of waking up in the morning, but in character, I suppose.
I was going to ask, in character?
In character, probably either the slime. Yeah, no, actually, that's the one that sticks out most. We might come to regret rescuing the one sorceress, or we might never see her again. Depends on how large Thrum's harem of stalkers gets.
Yeah, I think it's a tough call between the artifact and the drow matron or whatever, but I think probably the artifact that just screams ill omen.
Torn between when Fergus's mother met Fergus's father and all of the drow that we have rescued and or let go.
So 2.
I would say we've only let 2 go.
8 too many.
2 too many.
All right, so all the drow you let go. And finally, Fergus.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That losing that artifact's not going to bite us in the butt, but that's not going to cause any kind of problems. It's for the future generations after us. We're fine.
Yeah, you know what they say. When you're getting blackmailed, you should give the blackmailer what they want.
Of course. How else are they going to, keep their end of the bargain?
This part's like replay in the background at the end of this campaign when he kills us all.
But yeah, probably giving the artifact to the slime is probably not the best option, especially a slime that can assume other people's forms, like at will.
We finally walk up to Dammerhall and we're greeted by 7 clones of ourselves. Hey guys, we've been here for a while. You're going to need to leave.
Hey, see, your dream was to have me sitting on the throne, but we're going to get there and I'm already sitting on the throne.
Yep.
That'd be an excellent twist if my character actually does bite it.
Mm-hmm.
Then all the cults people come out and they're like, he's the true leader. He's got the middle finger.
And then it becomes a war versus dwarves trying to make them understand that their leaders are false.
We should just turn around now.
End campaign. You guys give up right here on the edge.
This is how everyone just becomes a pirate.
No one told us the back door was locked too. Fuck, we give up.
Guys, would it be crazy if I said, let's just go home?
And then our heroes went back to the surface and got high. End of story.
They got
high. You might hide as fuck druid.
They got
God, I need to play him as a player one day.
Wood elf Kush.
I just realized you didn't check for any fake rots or doormats to check under.
Could just been a dwarven artifact right there.
In case of emergency.
So do you think if we had the artifact when y'all got to the door, if we had just showed them that, we could have gotten in?
Maybe. But then you would have had Jiggles follow you in.
Mm-hmm.
Though honestly, that would have been pretty hilarious. The character that was supposed to be the decoy to lead you into the trap is just suddenly forced to come along with the party into like the greater stuff.
Don't worry. At the end of the campaign, when we do the boss rush, we'll fight his big brother, Jig Moore.
You mean when we come and try and Holocaust everyone in this lake?
I'm detecting a lot of aggression. towards
Batter
the Sun.
fry.
No, to quote a new Rick and Morty episode, we're going to turn the lightsaber completely vertical and just drop it. Let that figure it out.
That wouldn't actually work.
I know
Everyone
it
always
wouldn't.
talks about that.
That whole
but
episode was
I
ridiculous.
greatly enjoyed that.
Actually, lightsabers have a dead man switch. So once you let go of the button,
No, I was just thinking physics because I've seen them in the movies. They had to like really push it to get through a metal door.
Oh,
So
you're talking about the smart shit, not the nerd shit.
Yeah, like if
Mhm.
Qui-Gon Jinn had to physically like put his shoulder into it to get it through a reinforced steel door, that son of a bitch is gonna go partway into the earth and then just stop because it loses momentum.
I've not actually heard that before. I've only heard that just the dead man switch thing. You let go of the button, the lightsaber retracts. When they throw the lightsabers, they're just using the force to keep down the button.
Yeah, I was just going with like physics.
I don't think we know the exact properties of a lightsaber laser. Is it something to do with crystals? Okay, you shine the crystal.
Well, because it doesn't. Okay, sorry, we're really changing here, but it doesn't slice through everything immediately and easily. You see them attack like thick metal doors that they really have to like drag it through, like it's a thick, like viscous material,
Yeah,
like butter or something like that.
Are
There's
y'all
clearly
arguing about the
there's-
show where there are explosions in space?
There's clearly some resistance when it's moving through something.
You see, this is all great and everything, but I'd like to introduce you to the better show, Star Trek. Thank you.
They're not really comparable, I don't think.
They're very different. Like, you can
Yeah.
like both of them. They're completely different styles of sci-fi. It's
One
just
is
they
like-
both have the word star in their name.
One is like an action adventure film series, and the other is like almost a fucking what would
It's just like a sci-fi drama sitcom thing.
yeah. I was gonna say almost a sitcom, but it's not really a comedy.
Yeah. But it's like a
Space shit.
generally they just have a different slice of life thing that happens every week. A lot of times with like a
Space
moral
opera.
quandary.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying we need to do. I think we need to get 2 short shots going at the exact same time. One is Star Wars that we drag Richard into, and one is Star Trek that you drag me into.
And a third is Stargate.
Yeah, I
Which
know
no one
nothing
is
about
dragged into.
Stargate.
I love Stargate. I'm all on board for that one.
I actually watched that last night.
And
And the fourth, Third Rock from the Sun.
anyways, not to derail
Not
us,
sure how we'd turn that into a campaign or anything, but
make us almost an hour late. So
Yeah. So where we find everyone is that you guys have returned to Dinport. Fergus, Thrum, as well as many of the cohorts are staying on the boat that you have liberated a couple miles outside of Dinport, while everyone else goes inside because Fergus is supposed to be dead. You guys negotiated with Captain Greymore Hellspit that he will lead you to Maladrax's lair in exchange for one particular mirror from the Horde. And where we resume is for Freya and Taskell leaving the Bonnie Diamond, the pirate ship, with a... Sorry, it was Nulgrim and Freya leaving the ship. Taskell's on the dock because he left early. So now you guys get to decide amongst yourselves what you do. It's going to take Greymore's people at least a day to gather up all the supplies and stuff they need. So you, before they set adrifting again, you can coordinate with them to meet you somewhere, just so long as you give them like a fixed number of days. You can also go shopping here if there's anything you want to acquire before you head off to go to a dragon's lair. And if there's anywhere else in the Sunless Sea you want to go.
all right, I think this is the time. Let's plan out what we're actually going to do here, because as I was informed last session, out of character, we're not killing this dragon.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out a way to sneak in and get its shit, which is very hard because that's kind of exactly what dragons are made to stop you from doing.
I thought we were just going to have to negotiate with it, flatter it,
What are you
Convince
talking about?
convince it that we can do a task for it in exchange for a piece of its loot.
We could just have Thrum hold him down and
Oh, God. We're going down the
take his
side
lunch money.
We're going down the side quest rabbit hole. We got Greymore's help, but to do that, we need to get the shit from the dragon. But to get the shit from the dragon, we need to get a holy grail. And to get the holy grail, we have to fight the 5 crusaders. And the 5 crusaders, we need to negotiate with them.
But we have to find which of the 5 has it.
Yeah. And there
Or we
Listen.
have to collect the key from each of the 5 who are located
3 of
in
them
different
always
parts
tell
of the
a
world.
lie, and 2 of them only tell the truth or something.
In my defense, as a game master quest writer, at least the thing that Greymore wanted was in the Dragon's Horde, where you were already planning on going to.
Yeah, no, I just mentioned that to make it sound longer than it actually was.
Yep.
Look, it's a world of bartering.
I mean, do we actually want to negotiate with a dragon? I mean, whatever it is it wants. I mean, it's evil, right? Theoretically,
Red dragon at that, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Red Dragon.
I don't think red dragons are usually. If he wants us to do something, I feel like he's either going to betray us at the end, or whatever whatever we get for him, or even if he's willing to negotiate.
I was just throwing it out there as an option. You know, negotiate, stealth mission. What are other options? Fight it.
This wasn't Thrum on the dragon.
Try to remember what color dragon was it?
Red.
Red. Okay.
You do have
Deceive it somehow draw it out while somebody sneaks in.
And red dragons, chromatic dragons are traditionally evil. I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions, but traditionally.
As is tradition.
And considering that, according to the stories you heard, this guy once sank an entire city into the earth as, a joke against his rival, probably not a great dude. Like, at best, he's one of those asshole YouTube pranksters that sets their friends on fire. You know how they are.
Hey, man, if you call it a social experiment, anything's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you're dumb
It's
enough
called-
to fall
yeah.
for it.
Social experiment.
For today's social experiment, I'm going to drop a flat screen from 4 stories up onto my friend's head.
Let's see how he reacts.
Pay attention next week for the apology video. All right, let's do this. Anyway, so yeah, it is just Nolgrim, Freya, and Taskell on the dock right now to communicate.
All right, so if we're gonna try to kill it, we're gonna need a really good plan for that because I don't know how we're gonna do that.
Might just have to do the snatch and grab. See if we can sneak our way in. We do have some accomplished sneaky people in our group.
But for sailing and it's flying after us, there's not much getting away. So
The danger of sneaking is I don't know how many of us are that sneaky, so it's gonna limit how many people we can actually send in because it might just let us send the good stealthers in.
Might have the option for a distraction team. Trying to, I don't know. I'm not sure of the best way to distract a dragon that doesn't warrant mass executions, but
You sunk a city. I feel like
Right.
it takes a lot to distract this guy for any length of time.
need somebody with a silver tongue. Fortunately, Jiggles
So-
was the traitorous
Where's
fool that he was.
where's Fergus at this time?
He's several miles out on the ship, parked, sitting in
Oh.
silence.
So I'll just say, oh God, no matter what it is, we're gonna have Fergus do it, isn't it?
Flash to Fergus, being like, just mentally talking to Thrum, like, no, hear me out. when you shave the sides of your beard, it's a lot more freeing when it comes to like combat. You won't have to have worry about someone grabbing it and yanking your hair out. I'm just saying, give it a try one day.
Still is the warrior. Still is the warrior. Still is the warrior.
Unless anyone has any other options they want to lay out.
If nothing else, he has that ring we took off that oversized lizard forever ago.
Then I think we should maybe ask Fergus and see what he wants to do.
That's true. Or we do have that fancy flute. What are the odds that we could coax the dragon to sleep? I'm not sure how that works, but it certainly calmed down Thrum when he was on a rampage with that axe or that cleaver.
Which flute?
The bone flute, right?
The Misty Marrow flute.
I might have to ask Fergus
Well,
what the limitations on that are.
Yeah, I'm certainly not against the idea. Although I think we have to wait till Fergus gets back. Or until we get back.
You guys have to get back to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should reconvene with them, get everybody's head in the game, and start plotting things out. Might not hurt to see if we could, I don't know, hit up the shop district, see if there's any sort of lore going around about any indication of what the lair may be like.
Any input from Taskell?
Just that there's probably not going to be a whole lot of lore. If had much reliable intel, they'd probably have already raided the place.
Yeah. So let's spend like maybe 30 minutes, an hour, go to the market, talk around, meet back up, go back to Fergus.
Sounds good to me.
You can give me some persuasion checks as you just kind of rumor monger.
All right. Persuasion.
All right, Nolgrim. So what you're able to pick up is two bits of information. One is pretty obvious. One is reasonably new. The pretty obvious one is that his lair is on the boiling sea. That entire area is extremely volcanically active. So it's safe to assume that the interior of his lair is as well. So you get kind of stress sweats as you realize that you might be teleporting over lava again.
Son of a bitch.
The other one you hear is from some kobolds who say that they know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone in the kobold spheres, that there is apparently a tribe of kobolds that live within the lair that worship Maldraxxus and also act as his servants and guards.
Okay, that's valuable information there. Something we could potentially work with. Is there a potion shop around here? Looking for
Sure is. You can go
potions
to
of fire resistance.
Saucy Mab, the bugbear potion seller. Actually, you should see that handout I just opened up to you.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
She said
yeah.
time to restock her supply somewhat.
All right, we got 4 potions of fire resistance, so I think that would be a good investment.
Buying all 4?
Yes, for our
Do you have the money for
non-fighting
it?
dragons need. Wink, wink, wink.
Do you guys have the money for that? Because I'm sure we could just retroactively say that you guys go back to buy if you need money. Because I have some I can give you.
Let me check my.
We got a fair amount when we looted Jigless, right?
Yeah, Jiggles'
no?
lair.
Where's our loot? Let's see. Bag of holding.
Doesn't look like it's updated with any extra money.
You guys definitely got some. I was hoping someone recorded that.
And I got 797 gold pieces, so if we distribute it out.
I have about 1,000 gold pieces. Here it is that you put in the chat, but I don't think anyone ever. spread it out. I'm not sure, and this kind of did, like, because usually he's the one that does the math and
Yep,
divides
I
it.
guess no one did it.
I just control F into the chat log. The last gold piece values put in by Gombo were 723 copper pieces, 2,545 gold pieces, 168 platinum pieces, and 11,821 silver pieces.
Yeah, I just posted that again because I saw it when I scrolled up.
So that should give you some walking around money.
Yeah, I haven't been doing the Dammerhall one. That was Cope because he was doing the food for the long time.
So let's just subtract the what? How much do the potions cost?
Be 30 platinum each.
30 gold pieces, not platinum.
It's 300 gold pieces. So
Yeah, 300
Yes.
gold pieces.
30 platinum.
I think I mentally stopped
60
doing
platinum.
it when I became jigless.
What does Potion of Reverse Eyes do?
It makes all invisible creatures visible to you, but all visible creatures become invisible to you for 1 hour. If you need to tussle with invisible stalkers again, that's pretty handy.
Yeah.
I did the dividing it. So if we divided it equally amongst each other, it should give each of us 3,210 gold.
Before we do that, do we want to take out the 1,200 for the 4 potions of fire resist?
I wasn't sure if we want to just divide it and then do it to make it easier, but whatever you guys want to do. I was just trying to help with the dividing it all.
Oh, let's just go and divide it up. What did you say it was each person?
I'll just copy and paste it.
All right. And that's divided between us, or is that
That's
the total?
what each of us gets.
Okay. So
I think so. Wait, I might have fucked that up. Why did that seem so high?
yeah,
Hold on
I
a
was
second.
wondering.
No, I think I hit an actually extra 0 when I was doing the math.
Ah.
Yeah, I see where I went wrong.
Well, I think we'll have enough for the potions if you want to just add up the gold pieces and platinum pieces, and I'll go ahead and use the silver and copper to buy the potions.
Okay, so just add up the gold and platinum.
Yeah, I'll take out what we have from the silver and copper.
Okay, so the gold and platinum divided is 854 each.
All right.
Much different.
And I'll take just 11 gold pieces from my stock, and between that and the copper and silver, we have enough for all 4 potions.
Cool beans.
All right, I marked that off on the stock.
Shopping RP. The only thing more entertaining than library RP.
Hey, you're about to go into a dragon's lair. It's helpful.
It's like library RP with the
Chips.
Bag of chips straight to the microphone.
So, bottled breath, is that different from potion of water breathing?
If I remember correctly, it basically is a potion of water breathing. Let me double check.
How old are potato chips? That's a Google question. But I feel like
Yeah, it can either let you breathe underwater for 1 hour or hold your breath more accurately for 1 hour, or you can blow the air out, and it's essentially the gust of wind spell.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more utility.
What's the stamina potion do? Is that remove bits of fatigue?
Removes the level of exhaustion.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I think I'll buy some healing potions. Is that the 2d8 plus or 2d4 plus 2, or is that higher
That's
than
the
that?
basic ones.
Okay, so
I believe it's
2d4 plus 2.
Yep. How many are you buying?
I'm doing the math real quick.
Okay.
All right. I'll buy 4 potions of healing and 4 stamina potions.
Okie dokie.
What does Oil of Sharpness do?
You can apply it to either 5 pieces of ammunition or 1 melee weapon. And they do +3 attack and damage for 1 hour. And count as magical. And that will stack with whatever your enchanted weapon already does. So, for example, your Frostbrand's already a +1. Add that. Now it's a +4 for 1 hour.
I think I'm good with the potions. Anybody else need anything? Do we have enough potions of, well, either water breathing or breath? Because I've got 1 potion of water breathing.
Are we going to be underwater?
Might be good to plan. We're surrounded by hot water. There's always that
Hear me
risk.
out. Potion of water breathing and potion of fire resistance. We swim in lava. This could also be me just playing too much Minecraft.
Do we have buckets? We should probably bring a few buckets.
Yeah, we really need to make some of that obsidian.
Anyway, I have an infinite lava generator if you ever need fuel in Minecraft, by the way, Richard.
Oh yeah, you can use lava as fuel for furnaces, can't you?
Yep, if you look in the center courtyard of my keep, I've got 4 cauldrons underneath dripstone that they just produce infinite lava you can bucket out. So it's
that's cool.
unlimited fuel, so you don't have to use coal anymore.
That's helpful.
I believe in the olden days, and this is why I never use lava in Minecraft.
Yeah, it would eat the bucket. They don't. They changed that. Thank God.
Yeah, but I still have that part of my brain like, oh, that's the worst possible way to cook things. That's cost 3 iron. But it doesn't anymore. They fixed that.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, like, this would obviously be informed later. I do have a water breathing potion on my person, so I don't need any of the other ones. I also still have a couple healing potions and like 3 stamina potions from the last time we were shopping.
I assume Thrum just has what was on his person and nothing from the handy haversack anymore. Correct?
Yeah, because Fergus had the handy haversack when
he
when you
left
went
it in
over.
the back with his backpack, so
yeah.
pretty much all he has are weapons. Though, isn't his armor fireproof?
It's fire resistant naturally, yes.
Okay.
Big difference between resistance and immunity.
So fireproof. We're on the same page.
Sure.
Approximately 50%.
Same effect that Nulgrim's sword gives him as well.
Yep, definitely grateful for that sword.
But I can breathe underwater or hold my breath for 2 hours.
You can hold your breath for a very long time, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
no,
wait.
I think technically your
can breathe
subclass
underwater.
makes it so you just breathe underwater straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's beyond my suit. Yeah. But I just can't swim. I have to walk on the bottom of the ocean.
At least you won't drown now.
That's true. Just be a long, miserable way out.
Anything else on this list look good to anybody? I don't think we're going to be fighting any werewolves or mummies. But, you guys can quote me on that. If we fight werewolves or mummies in this battle, I will say my bad.
The werebats return.
Mhm.
I mean, does the vampire send those?
Turns out the dragon is just a mummy and a werewolf in a trench coat.
Did you know I'm not your ordinary dragon? I'm a mummy lich dragon with lycanthropy and a warlock of Cthulhu.
And my head has been replaced by an elderbrand.
And my tail is from an angel's wing.
Manfred?
Also, I have mother tattooed across my chest.
That's
Right.
unrelated.
Yeah, I was just gonna make that joke.
But other than, do we need any healing potions?
I've grabbed 4.
If you guys need any, I'm sure we could just say we go back and buy more for anyone who isn't there.
Yeah, I
Well,
would take a few.
All right, I'll just go ahead and buy the 4 healing potions, and I'll have them as backup if Taskell goes down.
All
Since I'm
right.
the second most competent healer, I think. Can anyone else heal? Other than Taskell and me?
I could do lay on hands, so give a little bit.
Oh, you can? I didn't remember that.
Paladin levels.
Oh, damn, man.
All right, times 4.
Gumbo,
Yes.
I'm not sure what it would be called in 5e, but like if they had to go back the next day, they were stock up and stuff.
Mm.
Could I have them look for whatever counts as like a wondrous item vendor in the, like anyone who might have like weird shit that might be magical, might not. That kind of player.
Yeah, it would be hard to find something higher than common level magic items.
Yeah.
Because most of the good shit's pretty rare.
And I imagine
you-
people wouldn't just be selling that in stores or anything.
Yeah, especially in a place where burglary and murder is common.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the name of what in particular I might be looking
Yep.
for, and I'll let you know.
Yep.
And you said mainly just common items?
Mainly, but you can shoot something to me and I'll let you know.
Yeah, no worries.
Also, any spell scrolls you guys want to find, you can just ask me, and most level 1 or 2 spell scrolls are going to be available as well. Also, in case you guys want to know what phase spider venom does, DC 11 Constitution saving throw, take 48 poison damage on a failed save or half on a successful one. If the damage reduces the target to 0, they are stable but poisoned for 1 hour, and they are paralyzed. So, just so you know.
And I got all my shopping done, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, and I can't find what I was thinking of name-wise, so I can't remember what it was. I had an idea the other day, but...
Then let's head back to the ship and ask Fergus what approach he wants to take, considering it's whatever it is, he's probably going to be heading it. Because he's sneaky and persuasive.
If you can go back and have a telepathic convo meeting, decide what you want to do.
Yeah, I basically just say this up to Fergus. What he wants to do, but those seem to be our only 2 real options, considering that I don't think we can really fight it.
And how big is this mirror that we're supposed to get for the captain?
It's like a full body mirror, so like 5 feet.
Yeah.
It's going to take 2 hands to carry it out.
Yeah.
Could it go into a handy haversack?
Some tells me if it's a full body mirror, it's probably too big to fit into a handy haversack or a bag of holding.
Definitely not Fergus's hat.
That's the limitation, right? It has to be able to fit through the actual
Yep.
Oh.
opening of the bag.
Do any of the you spellcaster motherfuckers have anything that can shrink things or help you turn invisible to, or anything like that?
I can
Oh.
do.
I've got Armor of Agathis that's cold. It could drink some things.
Not helping, but good on you for expressing that too. And I could just look over at Ivy and Ignis, the group.
Ivy, yes, because we have all forgotten that he has Armor of Agathis, because he never uses that magic ever.
Yeah, I don't got anything that can help you.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
I can give you fire resistance.
I just remember now, like stuff like this, like when we're trying to plan for stuff like this, I'm like, wow, our group is really blasty, aren't we?
Could always attack him head on, see if you can just beat him down before he gets you.
I can make you something that'll let you fly or climb on walls.
That'd be good if we were doing a smash and grab, but something tells me we can't outrace a dragon.
Well, it might help to avoid.
Not with that attitude.
It might help to avoid triggering alarms.
True. Like I won't turn down a spider climb.
I can just let me see. So yeah, it's a concentration, so I can cast either spider climb or fly on you. But it is. Let me see. Oh, it's only a 10-minute. It's a 10-minute duration on fly, but a 1 hour duration on spider climb.
Gotcha. Yeah, spider climb would probably, I think, be preferable.
Yeah.
Gumbo, I have a question.
Yes.
It's not really a spell that I could make into a potion per se, but would it be possible to try to take some time to brew up a potion that might be able to not so much make me invisible, but like blend me in, like a chameleon kind of thing? Or it doesn't make me invisible per se as much as it helps me blend into environments?
Just like a stealth bonus?
Yeah.
I mean, you do have that ring of invisibility.
Huh? Yeah, I know, but like extra layers, because if I'm going to try to steal from a dragon this old, I'm probably going to be in trouble if I get caught.
Right. Yeah, I'd say you could do that. I would say it'll probably cost 50 gold pieces worth of ingredients, which you can get here, and then you'll need to give me a intelligence alchemy tools test.
You roll that then.
Are you looking for something like Pass Without a Trace or something like that?
Yeah, I'm basically looking for like a pass without a trace kind of potion.
Do we have a scroll of it? Or can we get a scroll of it? Oh,
well,
shit.
I think I made a potion of it.
Shit.
Yep, you made one potion of Pass Without Trace.
I assume it just affects the drinker.
Yeah. I would normally, it'll still have the concentration component, but you can just drink it, and as the caster, normally I wouldn't have just given you something that says give plus 10 bonus to stealth, but you got a natural 20, so fuck it, yeah, there you go.
No, I wouldn't have said I made exactly that spell if I hadn't got a natural 20.
Yeah, exactly, you got a natural 20.
I was just looking for like a plus 2 or something, but damn.
Yeah, that's what I was going to give you, but then you got a natural 20. So Fergus is better at this than he thought.
Like, oh shit, forget being a king, I can go back and make a fortune. Yeah, spend some time making that. Try up my chances, because plan A is going to try to be sneaking in there and jacking some shit. Plan B is to try to talk my way out of it, I think, because I feel like I'm less likely to convince a ancient red dragon to give us some of this shit than I am to just try to steal it.
How are we communicating telepathically?
Ivy. And that's got a couple mile radius, so you can get that going in the dungeon easily.
And we can do that as long as we want?
I believe it's for an hour per usage, and she's got multiple uses per day and one free one every day.
I was saying, okay. I was thinking, let me make sure this is actually what. I'll speak up if I figure it out, but you guys continue on. I was looking into magical items that we should maybe try to get. I'm trying to see. Does anyone know off the top of their head if there's like a message item or a?
There is a earring of message.
Mhm.
It's like you can use the message spell basically 5 times per day, and it regains a certain amount of charges per day.
We do have the books of.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
still
remember
have
what they're called, but
those books that you can write to each other over any
Yeah.
distance. And as I said, her IV's telepathy has a several mile radius.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, well, it looks like we're pretty good in that because if by chance we end up staying there long enough, that Ivy's effect wears off, we can still use the book.
Mm.
So I don't think we need to buy any more items than that.
It is also worth pointing out, where do you want the ship, the Bonnie Diamond, and Captain Hellspit to meet you out in the Sunless Sea? You can leave together day after tomorrow, but if there's anywhere else that you wish to visit before you hook up with them and head towards the Dragon's Lair, it's up to you.
I mean, it depends on if anyone actually did want to try to convince that vampire to let us read his books. Because I, for one, don't think he's going to let us. Otherwise, we'd probably just leave and head there.
I could take or leave the vampire. What do you guys think?
I just know it was brought up last time we were playing that someone wanted to talk to him.
If we want to get the
I think-
utmost information that we can, it's probably a good idea. But I'm skeptical of the idea that he's actually going to let us do anything with nothing in return.
Well, if we're not going there anyways, we could exchange knowledge for a trinket if we.
He might honestly be interested in the abelisks that are down here because if they're so skilled with like mental commands and stuff, that might help his research.
That's true.
He might be, generous with the details if we inform him of that kind of thing and where they are generally located.
And why don't you said you don't want to, Fergus?
Well, I'm fine with going and helping and trying to convince him to let us read.
I feel like if we
But-
go that route, we should get something as a peace offering or something just while we're here. A token of apology.
Do they have a death row here?
Yes, we would like to buy one man, please.
No. I got it. A cape of billowing. Vampires love that shit.
There's not too much wind down here.
That is a common magic item. You could find that
An
here.
Essence of sparkles.
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards the cape of billowing. You guys, I mean, that's classic vampire fare. If he doesn't already have one, we can get him a new style.
How much
All
would
right.
that cost?
Cape of billowing. These guys are being too quiet.
Cape of billowing? I'd say that will run you 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
But all jokes aside, if there was somebody here we really didn't care died, he'd probably be appreciative of the meal. But that sounds kind of sketchy on our part. I'm not really sure if I feel good about that.
Not doing any human sacrifices today.
Yeah.
Full cape.
Not human sacrifice, it's human sacrifice.
Oh, well, that's different.
It's doubly funny considering that you got in that whole tiff with him because he took a couple of your crew members.
Mm.
Just to show up with a different pirate. You can eat this, man.
Right.
We know this one sucks.
Yes, have a good bite out of N-word Joe.
Also, if we want to light a fire under Gombo's belly, we can say we came to, in exchange for letting us read this time, we can actually help him explore the bowels of the Kraken that he was doing.
Mm-hmm. If you want to.
Well, let's head down there and see how easy he is to convince.
So
That's
we want to have Hellspit meet us like this area. Like he should be able to see me ping on the map.
Yeah, I can see you.
Like relay, like I'm sure that we were told a name of like this channel here.
Yeah, Kraken's teeth.
Is that the Kraken's teeth or was this Kraken's teeth?
This was the Kraken's teeth.
So have him meet us at this end of the Kraken's Teeth then, because we can go in through here, and then when we leave, we can come back out. And I imagine that's close to the direction we're supposed to be going. So
Yep. And how many days from now?
let's see. Because how many days would it take us to get there?
I believe your ship.
Because if we can still travel 8 hexes in a day, we can get there in a day.
Mm,
Say we help him for a day or 2, maybe. So what? 3 days?
yeah, 3 days from now.
Does anyone object to that?
I'm good with it.
All right.
All right, that's an easy message that you could just head back and convey. We don't need to get into the nitty gritty on that. Are you guys ready to set sail, so to speak? Not literally setting sail?
I am.
If we got a big enough cape of billowing, would that work as a sail?
No, that's the beauty of it, because there's no wind down here.
Yep.
Exactly. If we
So
get
getting in the
sail-sized
capability-
one.
Yes, the perfect thing to add to a ship in the Underdark. A large piece of fabric that's constantly snapping in the wind, creating noise as you're going.
Exactly.
No one expects it.
Except for all the predators attracted to sound.
It's not like they
There's not
see
too
it
many.
coming.
All right, so what's the course you guys are plotting here?
I say we probably just take the one we already traveled and just go head down this way. Up through here, and then into
Okay.
here. Because we should be able to make it into the Kraken's Teeth in a day.
1 moment. Flip through
And
my-
drow.
Well, no, I have to do all my usual little rolls for the Sunless Sea. There we go. All right, so are you guys going with running lights?
I'm trying to remember is there we're going through unsafe for that? I remember there's some areas like you have to be complete darkness.
The Sea of Black Glass running lights will help you spot the obsidian pillars, but it will draw more random encounters.
I'd say avoid damaging the boat as much as possible and just run with the running lights until we come into too many issues.
Makes sense.
Because once we get out of this area, we can go with the lights on and start heading this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's Freya that's driving, correct? No one speak at once.
What was
I
it?
repeat it, sorry.
Sure.
I think she's the one that's
Because it's
she's the one
strength
that we
based,
built it.
right?
No, you remember you got a magical control helm now, so now it's
Yeah.
highest mental stat
Yeah.
based.
Oh,
Praise.
okay.
Praise driving.
Okay, and let's see, and then so it's spotted. So give me a boat proficiency check as you're drawing in on one of these pillars. If you do not have boat proficiency, it's just your highest mental attribute.
All right.
All right, you managed to avoid it. I rolled for each hex, and you guys only ran into it once. So that's it for that day.
Man, I'm starting to think Jiggles was terrible at boating.
What fish need with a sailing ship?
Start of the day, we head into here to
Mhm.
consult. I imagine Freya's not the only one driving the boat. We had to probably take some time
Yeah,
to
take
attune.
turns so that people can
Att-
sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys sail back into here. The relatively lower cavern is filled with massive stalactites and stalagmites, but there is still that faint light emanating from the high rocks of the Valecroft Manor, rested next to a still rotting massive kraken corpse.
Smells so good in here, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Did
Yeah, first
y'all
time-
do this?
Yes, I did this single-handedly. Anyway,
Could have at least cleaned it up after.
because there's that like little place that we parked before that was like
A
near
little
the
stone
bottom.
dock with narrow stairs going all the way up.
Yep.
Yep, it's no problem. You find there, you're able to tie off, no issue at all. You got the little stairs. There's still a circling swarm of blind white albino bats around the manor.
Yeah, I would
Just
say
kind of-
before we actually climb the ladder, I would just call out, not like screaming at the top of my lungs or anything, but loud enough to probably carry to those bats that we come to seek an audience with. What I can't remember his name right now.
Alexi Valecroft.
Alexi Valecroft. We don't want to intrude unannounced after the situation that was last time, and then just give it like an hour to respond. See if because he had a manservant or something, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. To see if anyone responds beforehand. Just trying to be on our best behavior at this point, because
What was the situation last time?
I'll
No, don't
tell you
answer
later.
that.
You do notice one thing that is different is at this little stone dock where you tie off the ship, there is a rowboat in the water.
Mhm.
That was not here last time.
Someone's come to visit, maybe.
I'll
That or
do,
he's using it to go see the Kraken.
I'll do an investigation on the rowboat, see if I can see any clues.
Sure.
I'll do the same. Oh, I guess she's probably got it. I'll roll it just to see.
Yeah.
Both of you notice it's made of the same kind of fungus wood as most of the other pirate ships down here. Definitely of the same make. Freya, with such a ridiculously high roll, you do notice that there's little splatters of dried blood underneath the seat. Definitely leaning towards the idea that this boat at some time fairly recently saw violence.
Keep your guard up. Something violent happened. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just some shipwrecked person who met a deadly fate at the hands of the vampire, but can't guarantee you that. So just keep your wits about you, everyone.
All right. So to recap, these stairs are very narrow. You have to go one at a time, and it's considered difficult terrain to go up them. As they switch back, Freya, your suit will not be able to fit on these stairs, unfortunately. You can try to do a climb check with it if you just wish to scale the sheer rock, though that might not send the message of "we come in peace" if a giant mech suit is trying to clamber over the walls. So,
to that end, I imagine it's going to be hard for Thrum to climb too, isn't it?
He's a medium creature.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because he's made of rock.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He can walk.
Can he though?
I'm a
I thought he just
fantastic
hobbled
climber.
everywhere.
I'm a fantastic climber. Only on
Besides,
some
he can
days.
teleport.
Oh, that is true. I thought that was only underwater though.
Nope.
Ah, damn.
Well, you haven't. I guess he hasn't done it above water yet.
This is true.
Yeah, let's not go all ready to fucking fight. Maybe a few people hang down here and some of our best behaved go up. So,
All right.
Thrum, take a seat.
Well, I didn't fuck it up last time, apparently.
This is true. He might welcome a new face, but he also might equally try to study you.
You don't have to say anything else. I don't want anybody studying me.
So what? Me? What? Freya Nolgrim maybe, or does Taskell want to come?
I'll go along.
From the sound of the rousing
guys.
objections, it might become Team Youth. We don't want to hurt these old people by trying to climb up these tall stairs.
It's true. Like they're out their back or break a hip or something.
Yeah.
All right.
We start climbing.
Just Team Young Folk.
Team Youngin.
No one said anything otherwise, so. Let's get them going.
Ivy can always give you guys the telepathy link up if you need to call for help as well.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Go ahead and do that before we depart, so if something happens within an hour, we can be like, oh shit.
Randomly.
Somebody catch me!
Didn't Fergus age 30 years or something? He's not really Team Youngin anymore.
I mean, I was already the youngest of the group, so I'm just a little older than you guys now. I think I put down I was the equivalent of a dwarven 18-year-old.
I do love the idea there, though, Richard, of you mentally screaming, "Someone catch me," and you jump off deliberately aiming for the boat and not the water next to it.
Well, the water's going to hurt if I fall from that high.
Yes, Uncle made of rocks, catch me. So much softer.
No, you see, he teleports up, catches me, teleports down, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't teleport with him, then I fall anyway.
His upward momentum meets your downward momentum. He headbutts you. Your nose goes through your ears. You fall into the water anyway.
Still not the worst D&D death.
Yeah, you could die in childbirth like Micken did.
That's a story.
Yep. I tell it often, and it always gets a reaction from people. All right. So you guys climb up the narrow stairs, and you come to the thick wooden door on the wall surrounding the manor. And I assume you give it a knock?
Yeah.
It takes a minute before you hear footsteps on the gravel, and the little shutter thing slides open, and you see the eyes of Alexei Vailcroft look out, and he looks down at you and says in common, "Oh, you're back."
Yes. I cannot continue to express my apologies for last time. But we wish to ask you if you might know of something that we could help us, and we're willing to exchange information that we've discovered or help you with anything you might need to gain information if you might have it. You don't have to let us in. I know we caused kind of a problem last time. But I would hope you'd be willing to at least hear us out.
If I don't let you in, you're just gonna kick down the door or climb over the wall or something, aren't you?
No.
I mean, you can speak through the door. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I did learn something about some creatures down here that exert some mental control over people, and that might help you with your research. If that might be interesting, information for information, maybe.
And what information do you want?
I'm sorry, Gombo. I'm terrible at names, but I would mention the name of the red dragon.
Yeah, Maldraxxus.
Yeah, we're looking to steal something from a creature known as Maldraxxus. Have you heard of him?
Sounds familiar. One moment, and he closes the shutter. You hear the undoing of locks, and then he swings the door open, and he's standing before you. Pants, vest, sleeves rolled up, lantern.
I thought you were going to say pants down.
No, pants down, dick in hand.
Okay, that's a vampire, right?
Yep. Turn around slowly, dwarf. Pick up this gold coin.
We picked you something up while we were in town, and I'll give him the cape of billowing.
All right, you better come inside. He turns around and starts walking towards the manor.
Just picture Freya giving us a big old thumbs up.
He looked.
No girl will follow after.
As he's entering through the front door of the main hall, he says, after the incident last time, the staff has had to take some quiet time. So I've been managing the grounds myself. So this time, I think it's important that I lay out the ground rules, that I expect you to be on your best behavior. Is that understood?
Yes.
Crystal, won't touch anything without your permission. Won't get involved with any of your patients.
No, it's not the patients I'm worried about. As he goes towards you see a door where you see there's like the flicker of firelight underneath it. Says, because you're not my only guest. And he opens up the door, and sitting in an armchair by the fireplace is a drow that you guys recognize. You guys remember Hestia, right? You last saw her when she tried to kill you that one time.
Motherfucker.
Is this the one we've been? I messaged the other day.
Yep.
Mhm.
She sees you, brief moment of shock, and then she like fully lunges for her halberd by the fireplace. What do the rest of you do?
I'm
Malcolm
just
just stands
waving.
there, hands at his side.
Yeah, I just wave at her. I'm like, "We come in peace."
Somewhere down on the
No,
boat.
Nolgrim
Rum
would stand.
twitches.
Nolgrim would stand between Hestia and Fergus, but not draw a weapon or anything like that.
I just like lean over your shoulder. Hey, I'm the one that messaged your brain the other day.
Before she's able to reach her halberd, Alexi just completely crosses the length of the room in the blink of an eye and snatches it. And he says, no, everyone here is guests in my house, so I expect all of you, to be on good behavior since you've both come here for my help. Is that clear to everyone?
Crystal.
I was on board from the get-go.
Frankly, I don't know why she doesn't like us.
We've traveled this far
I kind
together.
of know why she doesn't like us.
Try to remember, she was the one that collapsed the tunnel and made us take a long ass trek through the.
Yes, and then when you were trying to make that blue armor that you wore, she was trying to snipe you with arrows as well.
Mm.
Yeah, she has actively tried to kill you.
Yeah. Best frenemies, yay!
That's just drow foreplay.
Yeah.
Right? She's just so interested in her uncle. I'm sorry we didn't bring him up here to see you.
It is interesting that we lose our uncle for months, and shortly after we get him back, she appears. Serendipity.
We're saying this very vocally.
Yes. Hestia mumbles an agreement, and Alexi sets the glaive down again. He goes, all right. Now, I am going to go get the tea trolley, and I expect everyone to still be alive when I get back. Understand?
Only if we don't have to drink it.
Why wouldn't you want to drink tea?
Yeah.
I thought
That's
it
an
was
elf.
good last time we were here.
That's an elf drink. Well, today I decided it's an elf drink.
I'll take some. Nolgrim
Unless
would
it's-
look to one of the seats and
Unless
Just
it's a nice
sit
stone
back
tea.
into it.
Stone
Nice
brewed.
rock tea. It's just a gravel on string and water.
Now that's a delicious dwarven beverage.
Dwarf question: can you milk a rock?
You can taste the fish piss.
It fortifies you.
Fish oils for chumps.
I would just take a seat and wait
Yep.
for him to come back.
Lexi leaves, mumbling about having to be the adult in the room, and leaving you guys just around the fireplace with Hestia, just completely awkward silenced.
So how have you been?
Travel's been well.
How are you not dead yet?
Sheer determination,
Fuck
stubbornness.
if I know.
We're stronger than everyone who wants to kill us. That's generally how we get out of it.
We made the mistake of rescuing a drow slaver from being enslaved.
Yeah, I probably should have tried to reach out to you about that one.
Oh, I did.
Oh.
Brain talk.
Oh, okay. What was her name again?
Insert name here because I can't.
I have it written down. I'm checking it out. Nitri Velkazar.
Yeah.
Dmitri Valkazar. Does that name sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
You know, I already asked her. She said that they're not a great family.
Oh.
Which, coming from a drow, wasn't the greatest encouragement.
Don't worry, she's issued a vow of death, vengeance, something like that against us. So, yeah, you might have a compatriot likewise coming after us along your side.
Yeah, I don't plan to have a lot to do with a Valkazar.
Okay. So what brings you here?
That's my business.
All right.
Revenge.
Mm.
So you're still upset at us for something? You don't seem too keen to see us.
Do you enjoy when a cold sore comes back over and over again? And just when you think you're getting over it, it comes back.
I'm fine with the insults, but I feel like we're a little bit better than a cold sore.
I mean, if I got a cold sore that went around saving people, being heroic, I mean, yeah, that'd probably be a pretty cool cold sore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that really like that from her perspective? I mean, I know that drow culture is a little weird, but we have killed a lot of her people, and I'm not sure that's the best as a get-go bonding experience.
Self-defense, man.
Most of it.
I don't know why you keep contacting me about things.
To be fair, you're like the only drow I know that we haven't killed because they've tried to kill us. You've gotten away.
I have tried to kill you.
Yeah, but
twice.
you got away, is what I'm saying.
I think you got a soft spot for us.
Yeah.
I genuinely do not understand how your brains work.
I mean, it seems like you really have a lot of fun just trying to thwart our activities and trying to kill us. It's. I feel like it's just kind of a entertaining game at this point, being honest.
No, it's not.
I know everything down here is trying to kill us so far, but at least your attempts are endearing to us. Or at least to me. I find it fun and a little bit cheeky.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Listen, have you not been down here? This place rots your brain.
Yes, I've been on my own for 6 months.
You could join us.
No.
We have great benefits.
Yeah. Higher survival rate than most pilot crew down here.
I noticed. I expected you to kill my cousin and then be torn apart in that fort, and you killed literally everyone in the building.
Well, not the kobolds.
Some of the kobolds.
And important
Well,
to
only the
remember,
ones that came after us, but
the fort. Us. We were invited.
are you going after the Drow City down here?
It's my business.
I want to do an insight just to see if I
Mm-hmm.
could. It's not my strong suit, but yep,
No.
no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No.
did you always know this guy was here, or is this a relatively new thing you've learned as well?
Is that your rowboat out there?
It is honestly frustrating with how chummy you guys are trying to act. Like, she has actively tried to kill you twice, and you talk about how you kill everyone who comes for you, but for some reason you're being friendly. and it's just making her fume.
There's no reason.
I feel like that's why we're
person.
doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And she is figuring that out as Alexi comes back, pushing a 2-wheeled trolley that's rattling with porcelain. And he goes, "Okay, so I raided the kitchen. We only have Earl Grey and chamomile, kind of opposite effects. I wouldn't recommend mixing them. Who wants what?"
I'll go with Earl Grey. That sounds pretty good.
I've never met the Earl named Grey, but I'll take one.
You don't know Earl Grey makes the tea?
I'm more of a constant comment kind of tea drinker.
Oh man. In the other Fae game, I had them fight a couple bosses that were all pun names based off of tea. They fought the Honorable Earl Grey with his lieutenant, the horrifying Czar Jiring.
So you went through the Akira Toriyama school of naming.
Yes. Every single one made people groan in audible pain, and it was beautiful.
I do miss Family Man for that same reason.
You know, and the more they tell you to stop, the more it feeds into it.
Oh,
yeah.
big time. No, we're Toronto. I can't believe it. That one got a natural 20 too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
wouldn't that
I
hurt
think-
you?
I absolutely love your description of how it finished off that villain.
Mhm.
I was in tears.
And yet, still, Cope was the most horrifying character. So, do you guys telepathically inform anyone downstairs about what's going on?
Now that I remember that we have that, I would be like, by the way, Thrum, your future ex-wife is here.
Wait, how far does the telepathy stretch?
Like miles.
Couple miles, so you can absolutely hear from here.
It's definitely all the drow that we let go.
Oh wow, all the drow.
The whole 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He let it
But he
slip.
already has a claim on the second, apparently.
Everyone was a mistake.
And the campaign Thrum has a drow harem.
Yep.
Is he referring to the drow or his ex-wives? With that comment.
What the hell are y'all smoking up there? Why are you so giddy?
First bit of socializing I've had in probably months that isn't my family.
How do you
Scott,
turn
this-
this off?
Family yet. Give him chance to work his charm.
He has this he has a potent root known as Snurb.
Meanwhile, Ivy is probably cackling at the whole.
Ivy, turn
Oh,
this
yeah.
off.
I can, but I won't. I can also hear everything that you guys telepathically communicate about. There is no secrets from me.
Oh yeah.
It's in the really
What's
bugger. We should start talking about like, you ever get a rash under your balls?
What's my birthday?
The right date.
I haven't been able to take off in 4 months.
I thought you were gonna go with "Look you dead in the eye" says your correct birthday.
So, back up after the tea has been passed around. Alexi sits down in his own chair. Says, "All right." Looks back and forth. So I take it all of you know each other.
Yeah, we've met a while back, around the start of the journey, really.
We consider ourselves friendly rivals.
There's been some back and forth killing attempts, but we've both managed to survive. And honestly, if she just stopped trying to kill us, I don't think I'd really be that offended with her. She's honestly the nicest drow I've met. And I mean that actually unironically.
I agree.
Oh my god, that other drow is such a prick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even say hello.
Tessia, they just won't die.
Oh, we like you too.
You'll have to excuse us. I turned to the vampire like, this is what happens when you don't socialize with anyone but family in like almost a year.
No, I understand. Try it when your family's immortal. Anyway.
I am so sorry.
How does that work?
Just a wrinkly old bat monster telling you about the time when the wheel was invented. That's what I'm telling
I pictured the dad in Hotel Transylvania.
you.
I mean, scientifically, how does that work? Were you born dead?
No, it's
It's
you know
whole
what? I don't
thing.
want to get into it.
Okay, understandable.
So, everyone here needs my help for something. Why don't we all talk about that? Nastia says, I'm not going to be discussing what I came here for in front of them. And Lexi goes, no. Either everyone says what they want openly and in full detail, or you all get the fuck out of my house.
We want a book about a dragon.
Yeah, we need to know more about. Fuck, why can't I remember names? Magmar.
Maladraxus.
Maldraxxus.
Maldraxxus. I knew it had an M to start with.
Working your way there. Don't worry.
I said Magmar.
Yeah. And why do you need the book? To know more about this dragon?
We plan on seeking him out under here and taking some stuff that previously belonged to the dwarves.
Yes, yeah. So trying to find new and creative ways to see if you can die.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, yeah.
Well, currently dying's not in the plans, and we survived so far. So, what's a little thievery from a dragon?
And Lexi goes, all right. And you, Hestia, what do you need from me? She glares at you guys and then finally says, I'm trying to get home to my city, and they won't let me through the front gate. And I thought you might have a magic or something that could help. Lexi says, well, that I might be able to help with. I do have a teleportation circle in the basement. So if you know a code, I can get you in someplace. That's simple enough.
When he says that, I kind of raise my hand. I have something I could give you. I mean, I'm not sure what you would give us for it, but I have a device that can let people fly for a while, that would help.
I'm not in the business of being in debt to dwarves.
Okay, just thought I'd offer.
Alexi says, now, this is important to think about here. Fergus, if you are wanting to have a friendly relationship with Hestie here, you might consider offering aid that isn't a quid pro quo.
I mean, that's fair. My initial goal of letting her go and not trying to kill every drow I met was because I don't want to have constant wars down here if we ever do have more dwarves come back down into the Underdark, and I figured the right step would be not having to constantly kill each other, but we see how it goes on.
Let's get a little bit more positive here. When we claim our city and have our dwarven population restored.
Yeah, it's just shrug.
Well, that's admirable, Fergus. And what do you think of that, Hestia?
And, I guess you're right, but
starting to grin.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Alexi's going full group therapy mode right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nolgrim's all in on it.
Yeah. Fergus is easily swayed.
Mm-hmm.
He would pull out the little thing in his pocket that is an ebony fly.
Mm-hmm.
This can turn into quite literally a fly that you could fly upon to maybe get there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like it, if you ask me for it, I will lend it to you. And next time you try to kill us, you can give it back.
I'm not asking for anything. I don't need anything from you or anyone.
But don't you need something from him? And I point to Alexi.
Okay, well, it's important that we not gang up on Hestia here. This is a friendly environment. So, you want my help. So, how about you, for knowledge, you answer a couple of my questions, Fergus?
Sure.
Tell me, why does spending time with your family seem to bother you so much? From my perspective, you're sitting over here with your cousin and brother. I'm not sure of the relationship here.
You know, I'm not quite certain either. We're related somewhere through blood of my mother and father. I think they're on separate ends of that.
But from my perspective, you seem to be getting along pretty well with them. Yet, whenever you mention your family, you always talk about how much of a burden it is.
Well, you know, unrealistic expectations and general desire to see me succeed in things that are not really in my wheelhouse of wanting to succeed at and want to be. And also the fact that my uncle is a jackass. And I say that mentally too, so he can hear it.
Just no context from you. Just hear my uncle's a jackass. No, no periphery.
That's rude. Don't talk about Tesla that way. He just has a different way about it.
Don't talk about Tasca like that. He's an emotional walnut, hard on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah,
There you
you
go,
find another uncle that can turn into a giant rock statue.
But yeah, to add on to it is like also the fact that we went on this quest and all I wanted to do was run a business up in the town I grew up in, get married, have some kids, and just enjoy life.
And yet you came on the quest.
Damn it,
Well-
is he up there griping again?
To be fair, it was partially my fault, partially others' faults, and then I had to run.
But still, your family physically forced you to come along? Like they tied you up and dragged you into the Underdark?
You know, that part's hazy. I don't think so.
So
did.
ultimately, you did choose to come along for one reason or another.
He rode in on a yak and he rode in the cart.
I suppose.
If you want my personal opinion, Fergus, it kind of sounds like you are externalizing your agency onto your family as a way to you to not feel like you're responsible for your own choices because it's easier to believe that your fate is being controlled by others.
He's good. He's good.
Kind of. I mean, there's also some. I have some issues with being forced upon a role, but you got pretty close, yeah. Also, I don't think you've met my uncle. I think he was not here when we last came here.
I met a uncle.
You met the good uncle.
Out of character laugh.
Was it Taskell or Thrum who had the vision?
It was Thrum, I believe.
Thrum, yeah. I'd say that he's a little kooky. So he had a vision that Fergus was going to sit upon the throne or whatever.
Hestia says, no, vision's always a sound point of mind.
You see, that's what I said. But they all just took it for gospel.
As far as we know, we're the closest people to ever come to the throne.
I don't know how good your city can be. It fell last time. My city has been around that entire time, longer than yours, and it's still going.
I just slapped my hand. See, that's what I'm saying. Why try to recapture the city? Why not make a new one? But
Yeah, we
do
might
they
have
listen to me? No.
We might have to build a new one on top of the old one, depending on what state it's in after all this time. But
Well,
either
shit,
way,
why don't we just rebuild it somewhere else?
we've come this far already.
The capital city of the dwarves, and we're the only people that can restore it to its former glory. If we found a city anywhere else, no dwarves are going to take it seriously.
That sounds like a dwarf problem.
A proper dwarven nation, we need to have a central capital city, and that has to be Dammerhall.
I mean, it is undisputed seat of power.
We found another think about it. If we found another city, okay, there's going to be a million people competing for whatever, okay. But if we have an heir to the throne who sits upon the throne in the capital city of our ancestors, there's going to be a lot less people who object to that, and a lot more dwarves who come to help.
Estia? Yeah. Real shame if he died then.
And he has once already. Didn't stop
That's
him.
why I'm here.
Like, I mean,
As
yeah,
I
you
said,
should see the scar that I had from after dying. It's gnarly.
As I said, cold sore. Lexi says, right then. Well, I suppose I can let you loose in the library to find the book that you're looking for.
Wait. We had to air our grievances and stuff. What about Hestia? We had to confront my inner feelings.
Mm-hmm.
She should have to confront hers. And if this is a group thing, it's only fair.
Right.
And I'm curious why she is so adamant on trying to kill us.
Like, she could have left us alone and tried to return to her people and just never saw us again. But she kept, coming after us in particular. Why is your beef so strong towards us? You said it yourself that you didn't care if your family died or not. Was that a lie? Did you have other motives for wanting to kill us? What's going on here? Like, if we're going to be talking about this, and pardon me if I'm trying to put my foot down with this, Alexei, but it's only fair that we share together.
Hestia, well, maybe if I brought your beards back, I could buy my way back into the good graces of my homeland. Ever thought of that?
I mean, if you want a beard, I can shave mine off. I'm due for a shave anyway.
Well, maybe, unlike all of you, with your history and your loaded dwarven whatever, ale stouts of fate or whatever, in my
I like that
homeland,
beer name.
you have to earn your place. You have to prove yourself constantly. No one has a magic dream and then they drag you out of your little life to go and then put you on the throne and become the ruler of a nation.
Well, that is very odd, but there's other options. I mean, if there's people like you and people who want to do better, I am open to the idea of helping drow who don't want to actively kill dwarves. I'm not. I can't vouch for every dwarf, but I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to lead a charge to kill all drow down here. I'd like to live peacefully as well as can be expected down here.
With the exception of the Atlas.
With the exception of the people who tried to mind rape me.
I'm sorry, but I feel like I have to be the person here, despite my differences with him, to stand up for Fergus. Hestia, what do you mean? He got dragged from his little life and brought here. If there's anything that proves that Fergus should sit on the throne of Dammerhall, it's how he's proved himself while we're down here. I mean, we all came down here with our biases, okay? But Fergus led us all the way and taught us to, trust the people down here. He's the only reason we made it this far. So if you're saying that he hasn't proved himself, you're dead wrong.
And I am willing to try to let people have second chances and not kill everybody we see. Case in point, and I kind of motion to her.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you're just getting dumb luck confused with wisdom.
Oh, I am not wise at all. It is 100% dumb luck. But sometimes dumb luck is what you need.
As for why I want you dead, maybe I just want to see your corpses. You ever thought of that? Maybe it's just the idea of you dead amuses me.
I mean, if that's the case, you wouldn't be trying so hard, because it can't be amusing to almost die when you would confront us multiple times. But yet you keep coming back like you're expecting something else.
Alexi speaks up. You know what, Hestia, that is a good point. I have only seen you guys interact for a short time, but it's very clear that you do know them better than that. Why do you keep trying to kill them in particular? It couldn't just be the aforementioned beard comment. Side note, it's really weird to be trying to give therapy to myself.
I mean, that was only part of me wanting to push this.
Yes, I know how your little mind works, Richard.
I mean, again, it was only part of it, but it is actually a thing.
It's been a while since we
my
actually-
only regret is that Thrum isn't in the middle of this.
Right. But it has been a while since we met up with Hestia. We got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
Also, if you do recall, Fergus did mention that he would be fine with drow who wanted to work with the dwarves. Like, he even mentioned this to Hestia when they first met. It's just, they have to be willing to come forward as well, because it can't be the dwarves that are trying to meet them 100% of the way.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure he talked about this to her before they let her free the first time.
Yeah, as you keep reiterating that, she's saying, well, maybe drow don't want to meet you there at all. Maybe they don't want peace or whatever brotherly love bullshit that you're trying to pitch.
I mean, have you ever lived a life that isn't constant war in the Underdark? I gotta say, it's rather nice to not have to think about someone who's trying to kill you or trying to kill somebody else. And gotta be honest, that's one of the reasons why I miss being on the surface. Because, yeah, there's people who hate you, but generally, 99% of the time, they're not going to try to kill you. And I'd like that to be at least a subsection down here somewhere that is a place that people can go that isn't people trying to constantly stab each other in the back and kill them.
Sounds like you're approving yourself going soft.
From
Just
way
kinda
down
shrug.
below, Thrum laughs.
You show your back to someone, you're just welcoming a dagger into it. That's how the world works. That's why I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck you threw me that healing potion that one time.
Because, to be honest, you were there alone and you were obviously trying to escape from something, and it's a shitty situation. I had, backup with my family, which, as much as they get on my nerves, they weren't going to let me die. You were trying to survive on your own, so I figured you needed it more than I did.
Bullshit. You're working an angle.
The angle is I'm trying to, again, make peace with enough people where I don't have to fucking be at war for my entire life. Because if we actually do have dwarf become a thing down here in the Underdark again, I don't want to have to be at war for however many hundreds of years I'm going to live. If I live the whole time, if I don't die in a war that is a cause from just constant warfare.
Alexi speaks up, turning to Hestia. Well, Hestia, it seems like, to my observation, you come from a background where it heavily prizes independence and self-sufficiency. However, any sort of vulnerability is interpreted as a weakness. Yet, despite your many insistings not to, these three keep trying to be some form of friendly, as he turns to you, albeit a sarcastic, not always kind form. And it seems
I'm
that
basically a teenager. I apologize.
And it seems that you're having difficulty processing that as truth. Can you just show me the fucking teleportation circle now? I don't want to be in a room with them anymore. So how are things going back down on the ship, by the way?
Yeah, what's Thrum and Taskell up to?
Mhm.
Are they just doing King of the Hill shit? They're just drinking? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
As you guys are sitting around, you do notice that a dark shape, darker than darkness, moves around beneath the water. And you guys remember that phantasmal killer is still on you. Remember the Diabolus cursed you with?
Yeah.
Mm.
How big in the shapes underwater?
Yep. Doesn't
big
seem
is
to
it?
be coming up out of the water, but it's sizable.
that big again?
Wait, I have an idea. Kaiju battle, dragon, Aboleth curse. Let's do this.
I think it's just cursed on us, not the dragon, though.
Wait a minute. You got a fucking point there.
Okay. So while the dragon is asleep, we tie a beard to it so the curse thinks it's a dwarf.
I like where this is going.
Tattoo fuck Aboleth on the side of him.
Parentheses non-consensually.
Just a painting on the wall that's just the dragon giving an Aboleth a swirly.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Gonna need to get a drink.
Yeah, no worries.
He's actually going off to prepare a map for that kaiju battle.
By the way, Kenneth,
Back.
oh yeah, I was just gonna tell Kenneth while you were gone. The plot point that we skipped over was basically just going to imply that Kenneth's tribe, like a lot of the other people who were like the white lizards that went on pilgrimages, wound up getting stuck in the Rune Forge and being put to work by the guy who can't get off his chair. So basically, a tribe of white lizards.
Wow, so it was the white lizards that were enslaved. That's novel.
Oh yes, no one's ever done that one before.
Yes, no one's ever made that joke before. God, I'm original.
It hurts to be this original. People just
God,
don't
get me my
understand me.
Netflix special already.
Hey, now I can't be that original.
I love the joke that someone made about the edgy Netflix comedian. I'm like Christopher Columbus in that I'm racist and I own 2 boats.
Why is my screen being a fucker?
Anyway, do you guys wish to continue group therapy or do you wish to get the lore?
Yeah, I'll go looking for the book. But before we do, I would stop by and ask Alexi how his research with the Hydra has been going.
I've been taking some samples of the Kraken. Odd thing. I crawled around inside its internal organs about a month and a half back. Its brain is missing.
Huh. That's actually a good mention. We actually ran into a small creature that ate brains. Do you think that might be connected? Like that was a while back, but
I mean, it's not impossible, but if you say it's small, must have been working for some time. Kraken brains are sizable.
well, it could also come in other sizes. I don't know, but I would describe what the little brain eater thing that we've encountered was a while back. And I would inform him, since he's being kind enough to let us look through stuff, about the Aboleths and their ability to exert mental control and basically dominate people over time.
Oh, that's worthy to keep in mind. I'm not too worried about that myself. Taps his temple. Undead are immune to most of those kind of manipulations.
Good to know what's going on in your neighbors, though.
Sure enough.
Honestly, the mental whammy is the kind treatment. I was less than fortunate. Used as a battery for a while. That was fun.
You think you had it bad? I had to mine rocks. Equally bad. But yeah, I would let them actually do the research since they're the more bookish people, and go down to tell Thrum and Tasklin a lot of them. I know I can communicate with them, but
yeah,
just go back to, because I imagine it feels weird to talk into your head to other people like that. So
oh yeah.
So, are we rolling investigation?
Yes, at advantage. The advantage is because you partially already know the lore, and you also know the book that you're looking for. Yep, that'll do it. So mostly what's covered in the book you already know. The rivalry with the Blue Dragon and Cephalon, who you know from Dwarven history was the previous inhabitor of the mountain that Dammerhall is. You see the story that Captain Hellspit told you about Encephalon using its lightning to try to dump the Sunless Sea into Maladraxxus's lair and thus creating the Boiling Sea. In the book it's phrased more as like myth and legend, but now you've got like real life facts to corroborate it.
Any
There
sort
is
of
one
Good.
new bit of information. It is once again more of a myth, but there is a story of a troubadour, basically a bard, who found himself captured in Maladraxxus's lair once. And according to the story, he was able to sing and perform a song of extreme flattery for Maladraxxus to lure the dragon to sleep, allowing him to escape.
I mean, we got a check mark in that use the flute box. This is a promising, and it's worked before. See, and you would turn the book over to the why am I blanking on her name?
Freya.
Freya.
Is Michael still on call? He left roll 20.
Looks like he's muted in Skype.
His microphone has been kind of scuffed for like the last hour.
Yeah.
Though you would think he'd have unmuted and said something if he was still here.
Yeah.
Yep,
What do you
there he
mean?
goes.
Sorry, you need me to roll an investigation?
No,
No.
he was.
So I found a passage in the book that basically said that somebody who had previously been captured by Maladraxxus was able to perform an epic
I got
ode. Okay. So
We just wasn't sure if you were still here or if you
Yeah.
like got disconnected, but it didn't disconnect you from Skype yet or something.
Yeah, no, I was. I don't know. My computer fell asleep. I got up to get something to drink. So that's why I logged out.
But yes, the other lore in the book is mostly redundant to what you've already been told.
okay, no indication that I don't imagine there'd be a full map, but maybe some idea of description of his realm.
Not exactly. From the legend
Fire.
of that troubadour, yeah, fire.
Fire
Very
and water.
volcanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, while they're doing that, I would have gone down back to the boat and informed people what's going on.
Mhm.
Probably get some eyes of why I didn't just communicate that mentally.
Mhm.
And just thought, like, now that I think about it, I came down here because it's weird to talk in my head, but it also might be he's a vampire. Don't they usually have mental things that they could probably maybe he can know that we're communicating that might be rude? I don't know.
It's possible.
But I would tell them that and check on, make sure, see the giant shadow in the waters and be like, should we be concerned about that? No, it's just me.
Probably, but not sure what we'd do about it at present.
Yeah, I'll just hang down here for now.
Okay.
I will say, Gombo, narratively, I'm not sure when it would make sense to, but since we have mental control, I would let them know that I was later on. I imagine I'd sit there for a little while they're researching, but again, kind of get antsy. and then communicate to the people up top that I'm going to take the boat and wander over to the Kraken because I'm curious. So if they
Alright.
are ready to depart, that they can come back down and I'll drive the boat back.
Yeah, I think once we have the information we need from the book, we won't linger around much more beyond expressing gratitude to the host.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure how long that would take. So Gombo, if I can do the thing I wanted to do since we're here.
Yeah, you row yourself over on the folding boat to the Kraken. Its tentacles are so large you can just clamber up onto it. Even in its dead state, the corpse radiates a primeval kind of power, like something prehistoric from an ancient world that's long existed and awakened. Your guess was right, and the Kraken's corpse is a own kind of place of power.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was going to do some experimentation. I have the vial of the blood that was in the water before that I had kind of like tested out on like and practiced on it with different chemicals and stuff during our travels and stuff. And I have that vial of poison that we took from the wizard guy from back in the fungal jungle that I've been hanging on to this whole time.
Caliber?
Yeah, Caliburb.
Sorry, I was just thinking, things get dire. Say those 3 words, see what happens.
Yeah. But I have a vial of poison that we stole from him. And being in this place, I kind of just like have some ideas. So you said the guy went through the mouth to get inside the Kraken?
Yep.
Would I be able to just like kind of walk over towards the mouth? Or no?
Sure, yeah, you see wooden splints and stuff where he had it held open.
Yeah. Kind of look over at the boat and fold it back up into my pocket, I guess, so I don't lose it. Make my way over to the inside of the Kraken's mouth and kind of set up shop there.
It is kind of gross and definitely someone's fetish at the same time.
Well, the reason I go over there is like because I've been experimenting with the sample of the blood, but it was kind of already kind of diluted with water and stuff. Because when I had got it, I just kind of scooped it out of the water. But being in the mouth here, I go towards like the closest thing to because the Kraken is basically a giant squid, so it would probably have like a beak kind of thing situation.
Yeah.
And go over to where whatever the equivalent of like a tongue or whatever, and kind of drain some liquid from there, and begin the process of mixing that with different chemicals as well as the vial of poison that I had from Caliburb, and begin to do some experimentation.
All right, give me a alchemy tool check.
I'm sad I blew that natural 20 earlier. Supplies. Just use my intelligence.
Yep.
It's a solid use for that plus 10.
23.
Man, you are really good at that.
Your New Year's resolution is really holding strong so far, man. Nicely done.
It's not a short process. It still takes a couple of hours of tinkering and experimentation. But you do eventually manage to create something rather unique, which you seal inside a long metal vial. Did you come up with a name for this yet?
Not yet. I was thinking of one, but I couldn't come up with one yet. So I'll probably come up with one by tomorrow evening, and I'll let you know.
And what type of damage did you want to do?
Judging from what I used for it, necrotic's not a thing in this one, so probably just poison, I guess. Because there is nothing like equivalent to necrotic in this edition, is there?
Yeah, necrotic is like a 5th edition thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think negative energy.
Yep.
Okay, I'd like it to be necrotic then, because I'm using literally the blood of this thing and poison, so it's probably not the most beneficial thing.
All right. I'll just show everyone the handout. It's called TBD Ooze, but you can come up with a name for it.
Yeah. I just couldn't come up with one soon enough before the session started, and then I got distracted from when we actually were playing.
Yep.
Basically a slime whip.
Mm-hmm. As you, go
go.
ahead. No,
No, you
first.
go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna ask, would I theoretically been able to use this and do Indiana Jones shit like a whip and swing around things, or no?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that. There'll probably still need to be some checks, of course.
Oh,
but
of course. But if I needed to
enhancing-
do it in a pinch or something,
Yeah, just explaining how you're able to use acrobatics.
because
Absolutely.
because rather than pulling someone closer to me with the thorn whip spell, I pull myself closer to whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone do a reflex save. Their boulder just fell down, and we have to wake them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somehow a meteorite punched all the way through the earth and fell exclusively on the ship, with everyone except for Fergus dying. Turns out it could only be stopped by arrows, and he wasn't there.
Ah, shucks.
But no, as you are finishing up, the only thing is that you suddenly inside this kraken's mouth, you get a little sight of motion, and as you squint, you see a tiny little creature, maybe the length of an index finger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this little, like, slithery tadpole-looking thing. It's kind of got these two eyes on the side of its head, and these four, like, little tendrils coming out of its like worm-like suction cup leech mouth. And it's just kind of dragging its way along the tongue of this kraken towards you.
Nope. I am going to unfold that boat and ride it like a surfboard into the water.
All right. So,
Fergus knows when he's not wanted. Begins to paddle feverishly.
it's just a tiny little creature.
Meanwhile, the harbor worm's like, wait, come back. I wanted to be friends.
Yes. I'm that worm from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that translates all languages.
You know, I was thinking it was the worm that was from the episode of Futurama, or the movie of Futurama, where it sticks to Leela's neck the entire time, and it was technically the bringer of death, the apocalypse worm.
The fucking babblefish.
All right. So you're all reconvened. You are meeting Hellspit day after tomorrow.
All right. So, plan of attack. I think after reading a little bit more lore on this, the flute idea seems like a viable one.
Yeah, I imagine you communicate what you read and stuff, but
Yeah.
it seems like the best bet would be is I get caught while sneaking. I could probably try to convince him that I just wanted to get closer to him to bask in his glory, kind of thing. Because it seems like the best bet is if I can get out of there with whatever I need to steal and not get caught. That seems like the best option. But
Right.
chances are that's not going to work very well.
It seems like a good fallback, though.
Yeah. Good to know I have some kind of fallback instead of just being like, listen. No.
You should have told me. My 3.5 uncles are much tastier.
So you guys just gonna wait until you can meet up with the captain?
I would probably inform the vampire guy of the little tadpole thing that was crawling out of the Kraken's mouth when I went over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I noped the fuck out of there when I saw that. So
He says, "Oh, there's another one," and he goes into his set and he comes back. He's got like a sealed mason jar with like 3 of them in there.
okay, well, good to know that you saw that. I saw it and I'm like, didn't think it was going to be beneficial for me to be there with that. So
Probably true. There's a few loose in there. Strange creatures. I haven't seen them before. You?
They don't look anything like that thing that invaded Miku's brain, right?
No, Miku's brain was literally a brain with legs.
Gotcha. I haven't seen anything like that, but when I see something with like a lamprey-like mouth crawling towards me, it generally doesn't bode well.
Perhaps.
Also, I have a little bit more to worry about because I have less undead means of defending myself.
Of course. Still, they're not young kraken. I wonder why they were inside its body.
I mean, doesn't everything under here have some kind of parasite?
It's entirely possible.
Like, did you just like? I was like curiously asking, like, so you just killed this thing, right? You didn't like? Do you use magic of some kind, or do you just like?
What, the kraken?
Yeah.
No, I found it like this.
Oh, you found it like this.
Yes.
Hmm.
Something else killed it. That's what the investigation was about. I
that
appreciate
might
you overestimating me, but I couldn't defeat a kraken in combat.
Well, good to know. I was a little worried there that we were stepping on some kind of weird vampire demigod's territory. And I was a little scared. Still scared, but that's just, you don't interact with undead all the time.
I understand.
But no, this actually begs, when you were bringing up the thing where it didn't have a brain, I'm pretty sure the creature that we saw and I would relay a thing, tried to eat our friend's brain, but since he was a mushroom thing, it didn't. But it did eat someone else's brain, I think, if he was trying to eat that one, and they could control the thing after they ate it. It might have been the same thing with this kraken. It might not have been in control of itself.
If that's the case, then why would they abandon such a powerful form? Few
Maybe
things down here could beat a kraken. I mean, even this
maybe
dragon that you're interested in.
Maybe there's a time frame that they could use it, and before it, can't live without a brain any longer.
Huh. Maybe.
I have no idea. I don't know shit about shit, but I know a little bit about nature, and that doesn't seem right. You think brain that size? They're not the smartest creatures, but the just sheer size of it probably would at least take a little while to be eaten from something.
Yes.
If I may interject characterly real quick, I'm suddenly thinking of how we obtained the Bandersnatch hide in Way of the Wicked. What if they did that with the brain?
They wished for a brain.
Wished for the
the scarecrow went to the witch and was like, I wish I had a brain. Not that big.
All right, that's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I would have to. Probably tell him that we're probably going to be in this vicinity for another day or so before we have to meet up with somebody to do what we need to do. But we shouldn't be disturbing him too much more. So
I have eyes on you, so I know you won't get up to mischief.
Say my goodbyes and head back to the boat.
Oh, before you go, one last thing.
Yes?
As strange as it sounds, don't give up on Hestia. She doesn't have a lot of friends. I can tell that.
Yeah, same. Again, I am being sincere when I really just don't want constant war down here. I'd like to not die in a battle or die having lived my whole life fighting wars.
And that's understandable. I came down here because I got tired of vampire hunters trying to kill me. But if you wish to convince someone like her that you're being trusted, perhaps grandiose terms about the parabellum of civilizations is not the vocabulary you should take. She lives life very much in the first person.
So what? Should I be like, hey, bitch, want to go get drunk?
I wouldn't choose those words, but
probably not
perhaps
phrase it like that, but
perhaps the spirit. Assuming you ever see her again. But from what it sounds like, this is what, the third time?
Fourth time if you count the time I saw her when she caved in a passageway.
Oh, yes. That's just my 2 cents.
We'll see if she has her wish and never seen us again. So, anyway, thanks for being civil with us. I'm going to go down and I don't know, see if we have any wine left, and then I leave
Okay.
because fuck drinking that dwarven mead that keeps coming out of that tankard. We don't know where it comes from.
It's God's piss, my lad.
Man, that guy doesn't have a blood alcohol. He has an alcohol blood level.
Yep. It's actually dangerous if it drops below a certain percentage. Do you guys gonna settle in and wait for 2 days?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
imagine we have to, unless we want to just go wandering about in the ocean and risk attacks and damaging our boat. Might have to risk the mental fatigue of being down here.
Well, thankfully you're connected to a landmark right now, so that's the dread won't creep in as much.
I was gonna say, can we? Why don't we stay up there with your vampire friend?
I feel like we would overstay our welcome, and he does have some people he's taking care of that can be rather violent.
And last time we were invited to stay the night, that's when things went sideways.
He attacked you.
No, the opposite. We attacked things that were there. Listen,
Just
he was.
patience.
We found out he was a vampire, and we kind of got a little skeeved out.
And to be fair, a few of our crew went missing.
Yeah.
All right, I can do it.
Ivy speaks up. You know, honestly, Thrum, I'm kind of surprised that you're comfortable with the whole vampire thing. This is what every other group of people that we've met down here, you've had some sort of bad history with, and then we just casually explain that there's a blood-sucking undead, and you're like, can we bunk down?
I just whisper, it's because his skin color is not the dark kind.
Yeah.
Yep. Never had any foul doings with undead.
What are you talking about? We literally had to fend off undead from a creepy tower back in the fungal jungle.
Not
We've literally had to fight an
intelligent-
undead
not
dinosaur.
intelligent vampires, but never thought I would shack up with spiders either. But they haven't hurt the dwarven kind that I know of, so I'll give them a shot. See, I'm not unreasonable.
You continue to amaze me every day, Thrum.
Baby steps.
Excuse me.
But yeah, if we're gonna be here for another day, I'm not sure if I'd be able to, but I wanted to see if I could use alchemy to make like a smoke bomb of some kind, just to like basically the equivalent or lesser to obscuring mist of some kind, in case I need to basically be like pocket sand. Shasha.
Yeah, I think actually a basic smoke bomb is one of the things you can make with alchemist tools. Let me check real quick.
There's like a smoke grenade, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a modern item, I think. Smoke stick, maybe?
Here we go. You can make a supply of 1 dose of acid, alchemist fire, antitoxin, oil, perfume, or soap. So, and those are you can make 1 over a long rest, and there is no roll to make any of those with alchemist supplies.
Gotcha. I'll make some acid vial.
Clink, clink, clunk. You got an acid vial.
Hey, you guys want to go drop some acid?
Just be careful where you drop it.
Yeah,
The wrong kind of acid. Oh, God.
Perfectly vertical. All right, so time passes. and you are able to meet up with Captain Hellspit here in his ship, the Bonnie Diamond. He signals over to you with mage lights and stuff. As you pull alongside, he leans over the railing and goes, "All right, we'll be heading out west yonder towards the Upwelland Sea, and then we'll be going north into the region known as the 1,000 Eyes. Stick close, and we'll be showing you the way. Be advised, the only tunnel into the Upwelland Sea currently has several drow ships trying to set up one of them lanes. Unless you got something clever, he's gonna have to be fighting our way through."
Is there anything your forge magic can do there, Taskel? And I could always give Shatter a shot, but not sure if he'll have the oomph needed to break them chains.
I do not think the chain itself is set up yet, lad. They're doing construction.
Ah.
But there will be several ships to contend with. It'll be a right proper naval battle.
They'll keep things interesting. Yes.
My kingdom for an illusion spell.
Yeah, because no one ever takes illusion spells for some reason.
Because everyone just gets too burnt on them.
I love
Because
illusion spells.
they wind up having DMs that don't let them do anything with illusion magic, so people just kind of poo-poo it for the rest of the time.
Yep, I will say this for our group's posterity. If you want to do an illusion-based character, not necessarily even in this campaign, just at all, just full stop, do it. I will roll with you. I find that shit fun.
Yeah,
This,
same here.
Mhm.
A few days ago, I've been working on a character build for Hell's Vengeance campaign, thinking of which that has a fair amount of dabbling into those illusion spells.
Yeah, and Pathfinder has a lot more illusion spells too.
Oh yeah. Guys, I had a grapple ninja build for Hell's Rebels, which is the rebel one. So I was planning on running Hell's Vengeance, which is the evil one.
Mhm.
All right, so let's see here. So if you keep up with Spit, let me just count this out. 1, 2, 6. Okay, you'll be able to get there within the day. So I'll just bulk reveal areas. So you're at this narrow little gap there. And Fergus, through the night eye telescope, you see the lights of 2 drow patrol boats about the size of the ship that you're in. And they are sitting in the middle of the gap. In between the 2 seas here. But beyond that is a much larger, maybe like a drow cargo ship, because it's got these big tarp covered bundles on the deck. And I will just move you guys over to the ship map so you guys can get a look-see at it yourself. You should be able to see through the eyes of your ship here.
I don't
I'm not
see
seeing
anything.
Yeah.
Did
It's
I
all
not?
black for me.
Oh, okay, hold on, maybe. Controlled by all players.
Up
Better?
there.
Yep. I see 2 ships. Are those the ones? Oh no,
Mhm.
Yeah,
there's ours down there.
And then next to you, you should still be visible from your perspective, is
Yeah.
the Bonnie Diamond next to you.
Yep.
Naval combat on the Sunless Sea is vaguely submarine warfare-like in how the shadows play. You only see the drow ships because they have their own running lights going.
Mhm. And how many ballistas do we have on the boat?
If you look at the
Amethyst
ships,
Witch?
Amethyst Witch,
2 mini ballista and 1 prow ballista. The prow ballista, is that the one that can only shoot forward?
correct. And the mini ballista are mounted on the prow, so they have like a arc of like this back and forth.
Gotcha.
But the prow ballista can only shoot straight forward.
So the two on the side have a little bit of
Yes.
wiggle.
But you mainly are going to be wanting to engage ships head on.
Hmm.
Or as we speed past them with the little witch.
I imagine we can take the time to, before we've gotten into this range, to have our ballistas loaded and ready to go for at least the first shot.
Absolutely.
Do we need to buff up any?
Yeah, it's entirely up to you guys what you want to do.
Olgrim will throw on a, we'll say, second level armor of Agathis.
So as
I don't
per,
remember. Does the crew fire for us if we don't specifically?
We don't have a
man?
crew, really.
you don't have a crew, it's just you and your companions.
All right, then I'll
So-
get on one of the ballista.
This is actually nice because Spelljammer came out when you guys were underwater and we had all those hiatus. They clarified a lot of stuff about sea combat or ship combat. They're technically in space, but you can put it in the water and it still works. So all your ballista and your mini bolt ballista, they have a fixed +6 attack modifier. All of them are like that. And then they have the damage. You do not add your dex to that, but sneak attacks or spells and stuff like still can get added on top of that. And then like your prow ballista, it takes 1 action to load it, 1 action to aim it, and then 1 action to fire it. So this is where crew members or NPC cohorts can help reduce that action economy necessary for the ballista and stuff like that.
Yeah. And these ships are relatively the same size as ours, right?
Yes. The one beyond it, which doesn't have lights on it, is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
Quick question. Fergus, you have that ability that gives us temporary hit points already, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll hold
you guys
off
should
on
have-
armor of Agathis.
Yeah, you guys should have temporary hit points equal to, let's see,
13, I think you said?
I think it was 13.
Okay.
Yeah, level plus charisma modifier, and we're level 10, 13 charisma, or plus 3 charisma rather. So yeah, 13. And I can do that for a number of creatures, let's see, up to 6 friendly creatures. So the group of us, and I'll say Ivy.
Okay. Now, as per the ship combats of outlined in Spelljammer, how this usually works when you're going on the ship scale is the person driving each ship will do an initiative check, and then when it's your guys' turn, you guys are considered to be just wherever you want on board the ship, and you can use any action in any order as determined by your guys on your turn. And then Freya can use her action to move the ship, its speed, and then change its facing to whatever you want. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we roll initiative?
Yes, Freya will be rolling that. I will bring it up.
I will say that I'm going to hand my spyglass to Ivy,
Mhm.
and I'm going to pull out my bow and basically instruct her to guide my direction to where I'm going to basically trying to pick off people on the deck while the ship's being in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Does the boat use my initiative, or
Oh, there's an actual little initiative button on this character sheet. So hold on, let me see real quick. How does this work?
All right, the witch gets her own.
Cool.
Okay.
Go for it.
Wait, did I not do? I could have sworn I made character sheets for. Hold on, sorry, I'm having a little snafu on my end. What? No, Sorry, I think Roll20 fucked me on something here, guys.
Uh-oh.
Because I made character sheets for all these different ships, and I think they swapped them back to. Hold on, let me see if I
all
can.
back to the witch.
All back to NPC ships. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, thank God. For some reason, they switched the sheets to the NPC one, but I'm able to go in there and switch them back to ship sheets. So hold on, just give me a second here. Sorry, I was having a heart attack. I'm like, I put a lot of work into making sure these were all set up to make this a fun combat. I don't want it to be fucked now. All right. So 3-bow junk. And then drow patrol boats. There we go. All right, so the Bonnie Diamond is up first. I mean, your guys' plan was basically just to ride forward and attack them, wasn't it? Sorry, I'm being presumptuous here.
I was either thinking that, or like they do that to one ship, and me and Nolgrim go raise hell on the other ship by just teleporting over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, me and Nolgrim are kind of the chaos crew of the group.
Mm-hmm.
What's the distance on?
Well, right now I think we're a little out of range, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can drive up the boat forward if I'm.
yeah. So basically, while they accost one ship, like the Bonnie Diamond, you guys could focus on that one as well, and then the two of us go and cause chaos on the other one to keep them from getting in the fray.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so they are going to fire their Sea Hook at disadvantage. 11, I'm pretty sure. That will not hit. All right, so that's their turn. Your guys' turn. And measure from the prow of your ship for movement, by the way.
Okay. And normal people talk is up front. So we can move.
Yes, it's the front.
40 feet as an action, it looks like, or a movement.
Yeah, and then you can double move as well if you're not doing anything else, because it's you use your movement for its movement.
And I'll change the facing toward that one, the one that the arrow was just pointing at. It wasn't even. It was the right one. Whoever pointed it.
For the sake of simplicity, we'll just say like just 90 degrees, but the direct front one can have a little bit of an angle to it. So yeah, I would say you could probably hit either of them from that angle.
So I can hit either of them from here?
Yes.
Okay.
Or more accurately, one of the other crew members, one of the other
Yeah.
player characters.
Yeah. Nolgrim can only teleport a couple times a day still, right?
Twice per day and 90 feet is my
Okay.
limit.
Let's save that for the big one.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to take these two out in the ship.
Yeah, I think so. We can teleport onto that big boat if we need to, because trying to cause chaos up there might give the boats here a chance to like disable it, and then we can teleport back. But for now, I think we just contend with these boats because we have, this one as our ally. So fire at will.
All right, so who's going to be
Thrum,
firing?
I think Thrum was on one of the.
All right, so on the Amethyst Witch, on actions, you can just click Ballista Bolt, and that'll roll it.
All right. All right, I'm gonna fire the big one.
All right.
Wait, no. Why don't Ivy fire the big one? Because can't she get sneak attack?
They know we're here, so I don't think it counts.
Yeah.
Again, there's no.
No,
enemies
actually, they
in-
don't know that you're here. That's right, because you guys advanced in darkness.
Oh,
So her
okay.
sneak
Yeah.
attack could still apply.
Okay, yeah.
So Ivy fired the big one.
So that would be at an advantage then, right? Because sneak attack, if they don't know we're here, it's
Yes.
next sneak.
Yeah.
That's 23. A second, it would have been an advantage. So 23.
23 will hit. So if you just click little attack, it'll roll the damage.
And then on top of that, she gets sneak attack, which is 8.
So that is a total of 32 points of damage. Their damage threshold is only 12, so that is a nice big smack. Sorry, I put the damage on the one on the right. Were you guys attacking that one or the other?
That one's good enough.
All right. Now everyone else can still do stuff. You have mini bolts, as well as the fact that remember that you need to. There's these handy little dots underneath, like the prow ballista, to show that it's fired. So it needs to take an action to reload it.
Yeah. I will.
I just fired a mini bolt.
Yeah. So Thrum, I imagine firing. Because it says you have to have a certain amount of crew to fire a weapon.
Yeah, because it takes. So consider your 4 cohorts as like free floating reload actions that you can use.
Okay, so Ivy's being helped by Miku and Ignis to help load that one up. Then,
Mhm.
I'll take the second mini ballista then, I guess.
All right, Thrum, your shot does hit. So, but 7 piercing damage is not enough to get past. It bounces off the wood of the hole as a glancing.
Mm-hmm.
If I fired at the other boat, would it still be considered sneak, or did that first shot kind of signify?
I think that
Both
first
boats.
shot kind of signified.
I figured. I just wanted to double check.
Yep. That will definitely hit. Is that against the same one or the other one?
It'd be the same one.
All right. That'll get through its damage reduction. Or not damage, threshold.
Yeah.
And as you guys close distance, you can absolutely throw spells and stuff. Like, for example, Nulgrim, you have Shatter. The ships do count as inanimate objects. So.
Yeah, I've been keeping that in mind, but that's got a range of 60 feet.
All right. Anything else?
I mean, I'm kind of spent, so I don't know.
All right.
You almost haven't said anything what they're doing. I think it's
Tasco, you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'll help reload one of the guns, I guess, since they're in a spell range.
Yeah,
right.
Nulgrim will be helping reload too.
So if each of y'all help Thrum and Fergus, and then the mushroom man and the little French guy with the guns helps Ivy, then we'll all be able to fire next round.
Yeah, I would tell Ignis to save her fireballs for the big ship.
Don't forget, it took someone helping to aim the prow ballista with Ivy as well.
So Ignis
she
can go
needs
with that
3.
too.
Yeah.
Ignis, Iago, and Miko, I think, are all here. So.
Yep. But if you reloaded them, then you can on your sheet untick those little bubbles. You see, it says actions taken.
Yep.
I'm very pleased that they added these sheets.
It definitely makes it a lot
explicitly for ships.
easier.
Yeah, it's so much more straightforward. It's unbelievable. All right, the patrol boat's time. They are going to move forward 80 feet. Closing the distance. Let's see. Let me check something. Okay, it's not yet. They will fire prow ballistas, one at your guys' ship, the Witch, and the other one at the Bonnie Diamond. So first one at the Witch. Well, actually, let me check range. Oh no, they are out of range.
Ooh.
Forgot to
Were
measure
we
that on
in
the last
range?
one. Probably not, but we'll just let it slide for now.
I don't see range on here.
If you look on
120/480 for the big one. And 80/320 for the
right,
little.
sorry, I thought 120 was there. So they would be able to attack you at disadvantage. All right, so disadvantage against the witch. Main ballista. Oh, that'll hit. 12, it'll just meet your threshold, so your ship will take that damage. And now 1 against the Bonnie Diamond. Hard miss.
You want me to mark it down on our hit points?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody did.
Bonnie Diamond.
Oh, Richard, they've got advantage and disadvantage buttons on the sheet up top.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Nice sheet.
So it's 106, 260. All right. So the Bonnie Diamond will fire its 2 deck ballista at disadvantage against the one on the right. 1, 2, clean misses. And that'll be their turn. You guys.
Advance.
Let's move around behind the big boat so they can't hit us.
Technically possible.
This is when we turn on Captain Hellspit to sink his boat before we address the drow.
Closing in.
We're 240, so these attacks will be at disadvantage, now that we remember.
Yep.
So Ivy will fire the ballista bolt then.
I believe that misses.
All right, I'll shoot a mini bolt. Boom.
That'll hit.
Bang. Die.
That is unfortunately a glancing blow, as it does not bypass its damage threshold.
Last mini bolt. Miss.
Misses. And your ship should have a little ammo counter on it.
Ammo counter. Huh.
Oh no, I forgot to add
700
that.
ballista left.
Yep, I forgot to add that. So let's just say you're good on ammo. That was my bad. I should not hold you guys to that.
I know we said we
ammo.
were buying stuff at the port,
Yeah.
and that would be part of it.
Mhm.
But I can't.
Oh well. This is probably going to be the only ship-to-ship combat in this entire campaign, so let's not sweat it.
Yeah, it's stuck if we ran out of bolts immediately.
Yep.
Sorry, but on the Oregon Trail, you chose 1 box of bullets.
All right.
Never know when we'll need all these grandfather clocks.
Always forward the ship. Or the river.
Still not quite there. As well as the fact that I forgot my self-said submarine warfare thing, with the fact that I forgot to control L, they actually can't see you guys without the running lights, because I did drow dark vision. So technically they can't attack right now. You guys can attack them because they've got lights on.
Ah,
So
idiots.
learning experience. Bonnie Diamond. And then they are going to rotate this one, if the game will rotate on the spot like this. And that way they can use at close range their powerful broadside. Their starboard ballista, which they have 4. And they do these at normal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow! That's some raw ass attack roll. At least they get on board with the damage.
That'll work.
Your guys' turn. What you guys want?
It looks like we need to get within 80 feet to have maximum damage potential. So we could probably, with one more movement, get into non-disadvantaged range for all of our guns.
Don't want to cut off the Bonnie Diamond, though. She's the damage dealer. Could we go like, whoa, I grabbed the boat. Holy shit, I didn't know I could do that. Can we go this way?
Yeah, you can absolutely go in an angle.
And that way she can keep coming forward and continue doing
I just
broadsides.
wanted to leave the decision to Michael, since he was the one driving it.
So what's the thought right now? Because I know
We want to get, if we do another double movement, we'll be within range of not having disadvantage on our weapons.
Yeah.
And Thrum was of the opinion we hang left this way to not block off this firefight over here.
How far do you guys want to hang left?
Like, we could probably move to like here. Or
45 degrees starboard.
Yeah. All right.
it's just re-engage to the leftmost target.
There we go.
And then switch into normal. And ballista bolt. Oof. And the mini bolt. Thrum, it's on you.
Would I be able to? I'm within range of Eldritch Blast. Will I be able to try to attack the person that's manning their ballista?
You can attack the weapon itself directly, because I don't have tokens for all their hit
Okay.
points. But you can. I do have it for their ballistas, so you can try to blow those up.
Okay, I'll do that.
You can even attack the ship directly. I don't care.
I'll go for the ballista at this point.
All right.
2 blasts.
Also, that mini bolt was which one? Was that on the one on the left you were targeting from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't
that
think
gets that does damage. It bypasses the threshold.
I would have liked to concentrate the right one, but I don't think they could swivel that far, can they?
Both of those hit, and you're targeting, I assume, the prow ballista.
Yeah.
All right, so that will be a grand total of 19 damage. It is damaged, but it is still functional. Anything else that you guys want to do? I'll take that as a no.
Guess not.
Tasco, can you do anything from here?
Hmm. 80. I think the range was 60 on what I was looking to. Yeah. So not presently, no.
Okay, so control boats. Like so.
Now ram them, Bonnie Diamond. Having speed.
We're pulling along to the side like that. And then they are going to have, as they are reloading their prow weapons. Also, I'll just mark this one with a red dot so I remember this is the one with the damaged crossbow. They are going to shoot fairy fire at each of your guys' ships. Objects do not get a save. So you guys will be marked with fairy fire. Let me give you guys a little light source there. Bright light. Call it 10 feet. All right. So that will be their turn. But as you guys are in the midst of the thick of the combat here, you hear the clanking of metal gears and the shouting of drow voices from that larger ship that's just out of your vision right now. And you're on the deck of the witch, the Amethyst Witch.
I just realized. I forgot I have counterspell. Could I try using that, or am I
Yeah,
within range?
absolutely. Do you want to do for the one targeting you, or
Yeah, the one targeting us.
Yeah, absolutely. Automatically succeeds.
Woo!
It's an innate drow thing. It's their lowest possible one. That's absolutely under 3.
All right.
So you're not painted in fairy fire, so attacks against you will not be at advantage. However, on the deck of the Amethyst Witch, Iago's head suddenly peeks up when you hear the sounds echoing through the darkness, and he turns to you, Fergus, says, "Fergus, can I borrow the spyglass for a moment?" This is
I was muted. Sorry, I handed it to him.
Yeah, and he looks up to the north, and he's there scanning for a second, and then he says, "What the? Oh shit! Oh shit!" And he hands the spyglass to you. Everyone, get down! And he hits the deck. Do you want to look through the spyglass real quick, Fergus?
Yeah, against my better judgment.
Milgram ducks down.
Those tarps on that large drow ship were not supplies. Instead, they have these strange contraptions, which appear to be hinge-mounted large metal tubes on pivoting gears. Out of character, they are black powder cannons.
Oh,
I will
shit.
now roll the bombard to see where it is on the initiative order.
Oh no.
So it'll go after you guys. But it is now the Bonnie Diamond's turn. They will remain where they are, and they will fire their prow ballistas into the patrol boat in front of them. So that will be 2 ballista bolts. 1, 2, 1 will hit. And then
Alright.
there's Sea Hook. Oh, whoops, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Which will also hit. And they have hooked that ship, so now it will not be able to move away from them. As they take a whopping, 56 damage.
Damn.
And that's fine, because that scuttles that boat.
Is Milgram will look to Ivy. Can you warn the captain on the other ship that we have incoming fire from the darkness?
On it. Chill. Full on Professor Xavier, fingers to the temple, get on that. But that is their turn. It is your guys' turn.
At this range, Nolgrim would like to use a shatter directly between these, hopefully hitting both of the side ballistae. It has a radius of
On the top of the boat.
I mean,
Yeah.
with your ship and how small this is, I think you're just hitting the ship and all the ballista at the exact same time.
Okay, works for me. I'll cast that at 2nd level.
All right, just roll damage. It automatically fails because it's an object. So, the mini ballista are almost destroyed, and the prow ballistas look very rough.
If someone else can take control of the ship, I can get into my suit and use the Eldritch Volley cannon.
Can we switch in the fly? I thought we had to reattune to the thing.
It takes 1 action and a willing person.
Okay.
So that means that Freya wouldn't be able to Eldritch Volley cannon this turn, but next turn, absolutely.
We'll probably need it against the bombard.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly just suggest whoever wants to do it, but if no one else wants to do it, we could have one of the cohorts do it. Like Iago could probably do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Unless Tasko wants to do it.
Yeah.
that. You want to do it, Tasko?
Yeah, but first I was gonna drop Flame Strike on the boat over there.
First, he's just going to melt the boat.
So then I will be getting out of the driver's seat and moving into my battle suit.
Gotcha. Yeah, while she's doing that, I will turn to Nolgrim and be like, we actually might want to get on this boat when we get closer to that big one.
I'll be
More
ready for
enemies,
it.
but less chance that they're going to fire those things.
We could get near whatever those cannons are in.
Gumbo, I know it's going to be a hell of a long shot, but can I like aim one of these ballista to try to shoot the cannon out of the air if it fires at us? I probably going to need a natural 20 or something, but since we can't hit it from here anyway.
I think we lost our gumbo.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I hit the mute button on my headset. You would need like a natural 20 because
Yeah.
the cannonballs will arc down on you, and you would need, and the ballista don't have that far of a range of motion.
I mean, I'll try it anyway, because why the hell not? Live dangerously. I can't hit him anyway, and this flame strike might cause some chaos in that enemy ship anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, that is 8d6 damage.
Yeah. Well, in fact, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Would you say you would have aimed that at the prow of the ship there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, then that would have destroyed all their weapons. So, no more ballista on this one.
Have you rolled damage?
Yeah, it's above the description.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
sorry. I clicked that.
24
see
points
that
of damage.
Yep. Anyway, it is the Drow Bombard's turn.
Do we ever roll for the other two ballista, like the one Therum's controlling and the one I
Oh yeah, you can do that if you'd like. Sorry.
Yeah, since it's right there. So the one Ivy's controlling, miss, I think.
Miss. Yep. Miss.
Could have just skipped that all together.
Yep.
Oh, they're out of ballista. Is the
So,
boat on fire? I don't know if
Drow-
boats catch on fire from spills.
not generally, no. All right, so 2 cannons will be firing at you. 2 will be firing at the Bonnie Diamond. It has a short range of 600 feet. Because cannons are good for a reason.
Yeah. Well, good
Can
thing
it
is
see us, though?
they're not at advantage on us.
Yeah, they will be at advantage on the Bonnie Diamond, so we'll do them first.
Can they see
Like we're not
us?
lit up, so would they have disadvantage on us?
Everything has vision in this battle map, so I control L on the bombard, and in actuality, the Drow patrol ship you're next to with its running lights on, you are visible to it, so that way they
Gotcha.
can see you through the darkness. That's why they were bum rushing you with the lights.
Fair.
Naval strats. Anyway, here's the Bonnie Diamond. Cannonballs first. 1, 2. Let me double check the 3 bow junks AC. 15. That's what I thought, so they'll both hit. So that is 53 points of damage. As these Oops. That's not right. Hold on. Forgot to put the minus there. So, just for context, in a normal battlefield on the surface, seeing a cannon get fired is terrifying because it's a loud flash followed by smoke and then hot iron raining from the sky. Imagine that in the internal darkness and stillness of the Underdark. It's like a thunderclap that goes on for miles and miles and miles. It's exceptionally jarring and terrifying.
Mhm.
Man, it's our first cannon.
Yep.
And 4 of them shot at the same time.
And now, 2 against you guys. 1 will hit, but 1 misses.
I'm gonna roll that d20 and see if I can get a natural 20 to shoot it out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
No, so close.
So close. But you ship takes 39 points of damage as a cannonball smashes in. Yeah, cannons do 10 points of damage.
Yeah, get us close. Also, we're at 69 hit points. Nice.
Nice.
But now those cannons are going to be reloading. Patrol boat. They are just going to try to hit you with fairy fire again.
Mm-hmm.
So, is anyone going to counterspell it?
No, I'm saving a thunder step, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So nope.
All right. You guys get fairy fired. Back on your dynamic lighting. And then they are going to turn and peel out.
Cowards.
Bonnie Diamond does not have visual on the bombard, so they are just going to try to press forward. They can. You guys.
Oh God, we're gonna be in firing range like 7 rounds.
Press forward as quick as we can.
Yep.
Watch them and make sure they're not putting distance between us.
Full steam ahead.
Guess I'm moving it then. 80s are max, or
Yeah.
Yep, 80.
No, as they're passing Nolgrim, will fire a pair of Eldritch Blasts to the ship that's turning away.
Go for it.
And we are well within range of the Eldritch Volley cannon as well.
Uh-huh. The first one will hit, the second one will miss.
Blow them up for you.
Well, let's see, how much health points did they have? Oh yeah, no, that's a dead ship. So Freya gets in her suit, gets out, and just kabooms it.
So while you have the flash and then cannon sounds and all that, then you look on the other side, just a beam of light.
Godzilla noises.
That's how you take out a ship, guys.
Well done.
All right, it is now the bombard's turn.
Every round. Hot
They've got
barrel.
a very large crew.
Misfire. Hot barrel.
All right. So,
All right, serpentine movements.
same as last time, 2 on the Bonnie Diamond. 1, 2. So that will be 61 points of damage.
Would we all still be fairy fired if the patrol boats are drowned?
You know what? That's actually a very good point. The Bonnie Diamond's got a shit ton of health, so their damage will stand, but your guys.
Well, they also have the first rolls on both of them more than 20s, so.
Yeah, exactly. So I will turn off your lights.
Who has the folding boat? We need to get that ready.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I have it, so you can have it.
I don't
I was
swim.
muted during our last turn, and I wanted to do something if you would allow a Gombo.
Sure.
I was just going to say that I yell at Nolgrim to get ready to teleport someone else, as I'm going to activate that ebony fly,
Mhm.
and I'm going to fly over to that boat.
All right.
I wish you guys could see this from my screen, because most of those drow wrecks are still producing light because they're not completely gone.
Mhm.
And your guys' narrow ass fucking ship is exactly in between the 2 areas of darkness, so they don't have a firing solution.
That's right where we hit our battleship.
So instead, they will load up the 2 cannons that would have shot with you with a different kind of ammunition. And the cannons will explode outwards with a flash of pink fire. Let's see, their perspective. Yeah, okay. Fairy fire only illuminates up to 20 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured I'd type that out and let you know that with the fly speed of the fly, I would be ahead of the boat, so in case this happens.
Yeah, I'll put your token onto the table.
Yeah, you're good.
What are those?
They fired fairy fire cannonballs that hit the
Oh,
water,
Jesus.
and now they're bobbing to create light sources.
All right, they got flares in the water.
Naval combat.
Serious.
This is my soft pitch for a future Spelljammer campaign.
Sparse
sold.
smoke. Take
I'm sold.
countermeasures.
And I'll put Fergus's token on it because he is flying.
I'm being a reckless king again, so don't mind me.
So you're here. That's 60 feet out.
Okay. Damn, it's a lot.
All right. No patrol boats currently. Bonnie Diamond does not have a firing solution, so they will just keep pressing forward. It is now your guys' turn.
We know the boat's somewhere in this direction, right?
Yes.
Okay, so with having the giant fly take a movement and action, I can move 120 feet.
All right.
I'm going to start doing that. Be about here. And I would like to say that I'm about, however level our boat was, I'm about 20 feet above that.
Gotcha.
So I don't think there's. Well, I think Taskel's the only one I could take with me.
Thrum, I think, because Thrum is the same
Oh.
size as you, roughly.
Oh, I thought
Well-
he was larger. Is
He
he?
can be larger,
No,
but
he
he's
can be.
walks around at medium, but don't take me because I can go on my own. As long as we're within 60 feet, I can teleport too.
Oh, okay. You want to come with us, Taskel? Or are you gonna stick with the
Driving
boat?
The boat, apparently.
Yeah, but it only takes an action. One of the cohorts can take over it if you
Yeah.
need to.
Yeah, when we get close, let's all flip over there. All that can.
Okay.
Because Freya, can't you jump in the water and swim over?
I can, but every time I've done it, it's been a bad idea.
Yeah, that's
It's,
a bad idea. I forgot
it's like
about
me
what's
with
lurking in the
fire
deep.
or lava.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, didn't you 1v1 an acidic whale and kill it in the water?
Well, yes, but I wouldn't have had to fight the whale at all if I didn't get in the water.
But Gombo, you know what is hunting us.
All right. So if that's your
There's an
guys'
ominous quiet.
So is that your guys' turn?
Yeah, we
So-
can't see anything.
Let me.
Does the
roll
big
to-
ship have lights on?
It does
Well, I
not.
actually can't see anyone. so-
Otherwise, you guys would be able to see it right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything until we see the ship.
Here,
You
go.
can, you can
Will
roll
be
to
able
recharge your cannon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Actually, which cohort do you think will be best to man the ship while we're over there kicking ass?
I mean, Ignis probably knows the most about the ship, and she could
Ah,
also
good point.
launch fireballs from a distance if she needs to.
That's true.
Yeah, she could have been probably fireballing those other ships when you were attacking them too.
Yeah, I told her to save her fireballs until the big ship is in sight. Anyway, I say leave Ivy and Miku on the boat, or Miku and Ignis and Niago on the boat, and take Ivy.
Okay,
Because having the mental communication nearby and
that's true.
plus-
I could do that.
plus smaller target.
Yeah. Ivy, you ready to kick some ass?
Always.
No,
Nolgrim will conjure his war pick.
Mm-hmm. All right. So they will be firing 4
I-
fairy fire cannonballs this turn.
I don't know why, but when you said I conjure my pig, all I picture is Nolgrim holding out his hand, and then an afro pick appears in his hand, and he just adjusts his hair.
His beard.
Actually, they probably do more here. All right. They just see the prow of your ship now. But that's all their cannon shots this turn. Bonnie Diamond presses forward. They will be able to now fire their deck ballista. Wait, they do have visual, right? They should. Oh, nope, they do not. Doesn't this thing sorry, hold on. Oh, night vision. That was my problem. Didn't give him night vision. They only just see the ship, so they will be doing this at disadvantage. 1, 2, 1 will hit. But that will not get past the Drow Bombard's damage threshold. So it's your guys' turn.
Thorn's going to go ahead and take large form.
Okay. The ship lists a little bit.
Go faster.
Presumably, we're getting close, but
Yep.
at the same time.
Fergus, you can move.
Yep. 60.
Cannon recharge at this turn.
So
Yeah. Hmm?
I wanted to ask a question if this would be feasible.
Mhm.
Because it was my mount that started moving and everything.
Mhm.
Could I, as I get closer, fly towards one of the? Because are the cannons on the top or inside the ship?
They are on the deck. They're top deck, so they can pivot 360 degrees.
Okay, so wherever the person is steering, like if I was
Mhm.
getting closer, I would have been able to see. It would have been this direction, right?
Yeah, towards the center of the ship, there's a little throne with a drow sitting on it.
Okay, I want to basically use the command word to disable the fly back into a figurine and land in front of the throne.
All right.
Hero landing. Hero landing.
Yeah, 3-point landing and everything.
Mm-hmm. You are now on a deck surrounded by drow.
I did not think this through.
All right. So, given the time it is, here is what we will do. We are going to call it mid-combat here. And next time, we will resume, except rather than on naval combat, it'll be on ship combat. And I'll just give you a little preview of what we're looking at here. Because Fergus is going to need to survive a round or two before everyone else comes up and able to teleport in.
Jinkies.
So, sorry, most of you guys will not be able to see this, but Fergus, but Richard will, because his tokens got light. But it kind of works with the idea that only Fergus.
Haha.
You are surrounded by drow.
I'm in danger.
So, tune in next time as Fergus tries to solo the entire crew by himself.
Hey, I just need to keep him off the cannons long enough to fucking get the rest of the crew here.
Yep. That'll be the trick.
Sons of
I mean,
Dammerhall.
maybe
good
get good
news is
initiative
if you
and
back
like
into
vanish.
a corner. Well, if you back into a corner, only 6 can punch you in the face.
I do a bunch of hand signals, and I'm like, ninja vanish, and just turn invisible.
Just a log.
Just make them all burn a turn using fairy fire on everything.
Next time on Dammerhall Z.
All right. So that'll be an easy 500 experience points for everyone. You'll get more at the top of next session with all the destroyed ships and everything. We're just mid-combat.
73100.
Yep.
It's nice to be actually having games each week again.
Yeah.
I missed having our regularly scheduled games. So
Yeah, same.